I'm pretty excited this morning. Fester, we're going to launch a little game show. Probably 7 o'clock hour. Coming up later this morning, folks, it's going to be Name That List. That's right. You'll have a chance, folks, to call in and play Name That List. All right, so I'm going to list stuff off, and then you got to tell me, what the hell is this a list of?
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I'm excited about this.
Is this almost like the $100,000 pyramid?
No, why would it be like the $100,000 pyramid?
Well, you name things, and we have to kind of.
Oh! In the winner's circle.
Yeah,
yeah. Listen, it's early. I'm just getting my brain into gear here. No, you're right. So what it is you've got a category, and then the person is listing all of these things for the person then to guess what the category is. Yes. You know. Oh, and it's just kind of coincidental. I chose this $25,000 pyramid music.
Oh yeah.
As the generic game, I tend to use this for my generic game show. Yeah, I've got all the game show music. Like, Match Game is one of my favorites. Kind of like the thinking music. Yeah, the Match Game thinking music, right? So I like that. And then, of course, the $20,000 pyramid, or I think it started out as the $10,000 pyramid. Then it went to the $20,000. Then it went to the $25,000. And then what is it now with like Michael Strahan on those ABC specials? Is it the $100,000 pyramid now, or what the hell is it?
Can I tell you, I've never watched one of the Michael Strahan episodes.
Yeah, either have I. Yeah, and then we have, of course, the Family Feud. And then, of course, who can forget The Price is Right? And, of course, the Come On Down music. Oh, MJ, come on down. Fester, come on down. Woo-hoo. Roxanne, come on down. Oh. And Michelle, my lovely wife, come on down.
So while Roxanne's wrapping up her week of cruising through the Caribbean.
There was rhyme and reason to me saying, Michelle, come on down. Folks, Michelle is in the studio this morning for the first time. We kind of figured out, Michelle, you think this is the first time you've actually been live in studio since what?
Since August 13th, maybe 18th of 2001.
It's very specific.
Say it again. August what?
August 13th through 18th of 2001.
2 days before you gave birth to Chloe.
Yeah.
You sat in with the morning show right before you.
Yeah. Don't you remember, Fester?
No, because I was on my honeymoon.
Oh, that's right.
That's probably why you came in.
That's why I would have been in. You're absolutely right. That's why I would have come in.
Yeah.
Fester was gone. That makes sense now.
Wow. You were on your honeymoon. The last time my wife, Michelle, was in studio, as she is right now, was in August of 2001. That was before 9/11. It was just 2 days before Michelle dropped kid.
So, yeah,
wow.
I got married at, August 11th.
Yep.
Then I went out for the big honeymoon, and you had Chloe on the 20th.
Yep. Yeah. I was due on August 12th, so I couldn't work past that date. So with Fester gone, that's right, you would have said, hey, can you come in and help me? And your last words to me were, do you think you could manage to maybe go into labor while we're on the air? Because that would be really great. I was like, I don't think it works like that.
Wait a sec. I asked you, could you time the go into
Yes.
labor while you're on the air with me so we
Yeah.
could turn it into a radio bit?
Yes.
Listen, I have to say, you timed it within 48 hours. That's really close.
It wasn't terrible.
I mean,
And you were working at the state attorney's office for Hillsborough County 2 days before?
No.
I'm sorry, a week before.
Right. Right.
All right.
Because my due date was August 12th, and they wouldn't let me work past that due date. So
All right.
I had the week off when Fester was on honeymoon.
Wow. So was Chloe, she was a week late?
Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good with the calendar work over there.
That bun was getting cooked up a little more in that oven over there.
So she's a fat turkey.
she was a heavy baby.
Sorry.
No, Chloe was 8 pounds, 11 ounces.
Yeah. A little butterball.
And then Julian was, what, 6 pounds, 8 ounces, I
Like
think.
a disgusting raw chicken that you get at the grocery store.
Say it again?
Like a disgusting raw chicken. You know, that you get. He was all like scrawny and bony and.
Did you bring up raw chicken because of my chicken
No.
dilemma?
No,
Yeah,
it's just that's what he looked like when we.
raw chicken's a very sensitive subject.
I
this
brought
week.
the raw chicken back. Folks,
Just a coincidence.
if you miss this, for the early listeners, if you missed my discussion about my disgusting rancid chicken that I purchased on Wednesday, leaving this very radio studio on Wednesday right after 10 o'clock, I'm exiting onto 4th Street here in St. Petersburg, heading north. I cross over 4th and Gandy, continuing north. Winn-Dixie is in that shopping center a little further up before you get to the Howard Franklin Bridge in 275. I'm like, you know what? I'll stop here to get my chicken thighs. Yeah, like once a week or, once every other week, I buy chicken thighs, cook them up. And, Fester, people are asking me for my chicken thigh recipe.
Okay.
Sir, I literally sent it to like 4 or 5 people yesterday. It's like, it's
What
no
recipe?
It's a pretty basic thing,
It's
right?
extremely basic.
A little olive oil, a couple of spices.
Yes, I grab a Pyrex dish, and I take the chicken thighs. I buy the bone in, so bone and skin. You peel back the skin. I slather it in some olive oil, salt, pepper, and paprika to taste. Then I pull the skin back over the olive oil and the spices. Then I repeat. I put some olive oil on the skin and then salt and pepper and paprika. And then I put it in the oven, 400 degrees for about an hour, internal temp about 200 to 210. And incidentally, this is great. And I said on the air, I'm like, yes, the chicken thighs, about an hour, internal temperature of 200 to 210, not the 165. With thighs, with the higher fat content, you can cook them hotter, and they are fantastic. You get a better flavor, and you get more fat coagulation or fat that emerges from the chicken. And I'm telling you, so someone messages me yesterday on the video with me showing the rancid raw chicken from Winn-Dixie up there. Somebody responds in the comments section. You can go look at this. Someone says, finally, somebody that knows how to cook chicken and not just the 165. Yay. Yes. So here's the deal. I don't know what the hell happened, but I bought this rectangular package of like 10 chicken thighs. It was per due. Bought it at Winn-Dixie. I opened the package Wednesday after I got home, and they were rancid. I got hit with a blast furnace type, like this horrific, rotted, rancid, rank smell. Raw chicken should have like no smell at all. Like almost no smell, raw chicken. That's fresh raw chicken. Open this thing up. I, cut the cellophane wrapper, and suddenly it was like, boom! Oh my God, what is wrong with this stuff? So I obviously talked about it on the show yesterday. I recorded a little video, which I put up on my Instagram, and you can, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio is my personal account on Instagram, and you can watch the video. And, I've got complaints now. I've got one woman that says she's now, after years, never listening to me again.
Over chicken?
Because of a comment I made in the... I'll get into this later on.
All right.
I've got several complaints that I have to deal with later on during the show, so hold on. But the whole chicken story, if you missed it, it's on my Instagram. You'll see it. It's the second item, and it has a chicken emoji, the puking face emoji, and nasty! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. All right, so that video is up. Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. If you don't follow me, give me a follow because videos like that are going to entertain you. Or maybe piss you off.
Yeah,
with,
one of the two.
Yeah.
I mean, entertain's a really strong word to use.
We got a loaded program today. Friday, just getting rolling, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Fester, and my lovely wife, Michelle, in studio. 6:09, traffic's on. Back in minutes.
Traffic around Tampa Bay.
6:17. MJ along with Fester and Michelle, my lovely wife. 101, MJ Fester and Michelle, my wife, in studio this morning. As well, Roxanne will be back on Monday, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Roxanne since she sent me that direct message on Instagram, and I kind of, joked around. I think she might have been insulted a little bit, but I guess we'll find out on Monday if she decides to come back after the Disney cruise. Hey, there was an item that I mentioned earlier this week.
Okay.
And I never got a chance to follow up on it. We just got jammed. It happens all the time. You ought to see the pile of stuff that I just never get around to because, we're pretty dense and busy during the course of the program. Remember I mentioned save money by buying a murder house? Hey, this could be beneficial all the way around. I mean, look, the feds cut interest rates, so mortgage rates are going to start coming down, right? So mortgage rates will start coming down, and now if you can get a better mortgage deal, and if you want to buy a murder house, then you can save money there as well.
I thought we talked about it.
No, I didn't do specifics on it. No, I kind of mentioned.
You didn't tell us about the gory detail. Yeah. You did tell us about the specific house you're talking about.
No. Then I mentioned that there was another house locally. There was an axe murder house on Davis Islands.
Who's going to buy that?
Well, this goes back to, I think it was the 1960s.
The murder was in the 60s.
Yeah, I think
the house was built in the 20s.
Yeah, the house was built in the 20s, and there was like an axe. Was it an axe murder? I think it was. There was like on Davis Islands, right on Davis Islands Boulevard, if I'm not mistaken, there's a house where like an axe murder happened back in like 1963.
Do we drive by it when we go visit our friends on Davis Island?
Oh yeah,
we do.
I'm sure we do. Yeah. Hey, bring this up.
So can it be like the Amityville Horror House, where you drive by and take your picture in front of it?
Well, you know what? Very, very interesting.
Well, it's not like they made a movie about it.
I'm about to bring up the Amityville Horror House in a moment. All right, so this was from Creative Loafing. They had a story. This historic Davis Islands home was once the site of a gruesome axe slaying. Now it's for sale. All right, scroll up. Located at 51 Albemarle Avenue, the Mediterranean Revival home was built in 1925. And when was the murder? August 7th, 1963. Oh, man, that was 63 was a rough year. And then a couple of months later, you know what happened in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Daily Plaza,
The Cowboys lost to the Eagles by 14 points.
No, they didn't.
Oh, it's terrible.
JFK, man, on the grassy knoll deal.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. August 7th, 1963, 61-year-old was arrested. What's it, Reina? Last name was Reina, Reina. Arrested by Tampa police after body was discovered by a neighbor. Oh, my. Stained mattress. Oh, my God.
So Reina is the wife of the original owner.
Okay.
It was sold to Tampa businessman Burton Schlopp and his wife Reina.
No, I think it's Sheps.
I'll go with See, neither of us are far off.
It's Schoepfs. How the hell do you pronounce that name?
There's a lot of vowels and yet not enough at the same time.
Son of a.
But his wife Reina. So Reina was the one that was arrested.
Oh, okay.
She killed him. Oof.
Wow. So it was an axe murder. Oh my God.
Burton's body was discovered by the neighbor.
All right. So according to the Tampa Tribune from 1963, police found the bedroom was spattered with blood and the door had been chopped through with an axe. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's like The Shining. Here's Johnny. That's like The Shining. We had a Jack Nicholson Shining episode on Davis Islands. Anyway, this house at 51 Albemarle Avenue is for sale.
How much?
See if it has the listing price. Does it have?
Look,
keep going.
I'm just looking at the picture of them arresting the old lady.
Oh man,
walking her out.
Yeah, let's see here. The house is currently asking $1.675 million. So $1,675,000. The listing agent is Jay Powell with Keller Williams. Should have gone with Jennifer Zales. Yeah.
So
get that axe murder house sold very quickly.
Definitely.
I don't know if that's her, I don't know if that's her forte. I don't know.
That's her specialty?
I mean,
I don't think
Wow.
she's done some Mediterranean revivals.
Look at that. So that's a local murder house that's on the market right now. Anyway,
But wait,
yeah.
you said you were going to get a good deal on it. I mean, is 1.675 million a good deal on an axe murdered house?
Yeah, but I see, it's a house that is being sold with not a lot of distance between the murder, because that's 1963. Here we are. It's 2024. So that's what, 61 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. The murder houses that I'm talking about getting a good deal on.
Yeah.
It's like the murder happened recently. It's like when the last,
last week.
Last year. Exactly. No, I found an interesting item, and I sort of cursorily brought this up earlier this week. For instance, like the Nicole Brown Simpson condo.
Oh, yeah.
Over in Beverly Hills.
I mean, somebody lives in that right now.
Brentwood, rather. Oh, yeah. And I'm about to tie in the Amityville Horror House in just a second. But Nicole Brown Simpson bought her Brentwood condominium for $625,000 in January 1994. After the murders of Brown and Ron Goldman, the home was listed for sale for $795,000, so $100 and change more than what she paid for it, but it didn't sell.
Huh.
So it finally had a price cut. The home sold for $520,000.
Recently?
No, 1996.
Okay.
Yeah. So after Nicole,
after she was murdered,
after she and Ron got it from OJ, the home was put on the market for $795,000. And then it sat. It finally sold for $520,000 after a remodel and an address change. So that's why I wanted. So they even the story says a clever address change.
So a remodel, an address change, and a hell of a pressure wash.
Yeah, and this is where the Amityville Horror Story comes in.
Yes.
In Amityville, New York, a couple of things were done to that house. First of all, those creepy, like, quarter moon windows up on top, like the eyes.
Yeah, that's been changed.
They took those windows out and they put in a regular square window. Mm-hmm. And then also the Amityville Horror House up in New York. And if you scroll my Instagram back, like, 6 years, I had Chloe out in Amityville for some soccer thing.
Yep.
And while she was doing some soccer practice, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go drive by the Amityville Horror House. And I did. And I took a picture outside of the Amityville Horror House. And you can see the windows are changed.
Yep.
So they took out those little creepy half or quarter moon.
Because you know what they look like?
Yeah.
They look like the shape that you would cut out when you're making a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah,
they kind of look like jack-o'-lantern eyes.
There you go. All right. So they did that. And then also they did an address change for the Amityville Horror House. The original address was 112 Ocean Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
They changed the address to 108 Ocean Avenue.
Ah, that'll fool them.
Yeah. But no, you drive by and people are looking for the creepy quarter moon eyebrow windows, and those got changed out in, I think, the early 80s or something. They changed those windows out.
When you talk about murder houses, I mean, just some guy getting shot by his old lady in South Tampa doesn't really move the price that much for me.
Well, it probably needs to be like a high-profile, big
that's
news,
what I'm saying.
like the Menendez mansion.
Was that a discount?
Yes, it was. Hang on a minute. So here's the details. Oh, by the way, the Nicole Brown Simpson murder condo sold for $520,000, and then it also changed hands. So it sold in 1996 for $520,000. And then in 2006, it changed hands again for $1.72 million.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Now, the Menendez mansion. The Menendez mansion, they bought the mansion for $4 million before the murders, obviously. They bought the mansion for $4 million in the year prior to the murders, and it's sold twice since then. But the original price was hundreds of thousands of dollars below market value. But now, in the last couple of years, I guess it sold a couple of times. Last time, the Menendez murder mansion, where Lyle and Eric Menendez offed the parents with a shotgun they bought at the Big Six Sporting Goods over on La Cienega, or wherever the hell that place was. It recently sold in March for $17 million.
You know, there's the show's getting ready to come out on Netflix. You've seen the commercials for it, right?
For what, the Menendez?
Yeah, there's a like a drama mentor. You know, they're doing like a drama. We've seen the commercials for it.
A drama-mentary?
Something like that. Like it's
Really?
You know, it's based on the situation.
I've seen that like 10 times already.
That's what I said. Do we really need this again?
Yeah.
I mean,
docudrama.
Yeah.
Another OJ show's coming out. Another
Yeah,
Menendez
right.
Brothers show's coming out. We've seen all this. Nothing new's happening.
no.
Unless you want to talk about how their dating life is going in prison, which I'm kind of curious
I think
about.
one of them's married.
Yeah, I think so.
And one of them has a toupee. Seriously.
One or both.
No, one of them has a rug. I don't know if they get to wear the rug.
I think they're. I saw the California State mugshot of one of them recently,
Yeah.
and he was bald. He got shaved
Oh,
bald.
okay, all right. But the bald one, maybe they don't let him wear the toupee in prison. But I think during the trial, he had a rug installed.
According to Vanity Fair, Lyle ordered a human hair wig from the Hair Replacement Center in Los Angeles for $1,450 in 1988.
I told you.
Yeah, and many toupees.
Yes.
I told you. All right, 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's grab traffic with Schreiner in for Pat, and we'll do early morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And the moral of the story is find a murder house and maybe get a good deal on it. Rice cookers to give away. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's one of MJ's favorite things. I'm like Oprah. You get a rice maker. You get a rice maker. You get a rice. Everybody gets a rice maker. Fester's shaking his head at me.
You know, October is National Pumpkin Month.
Yeah, let me.
We should give away pumpkins in October.
Dude, let me spread my happiness. My Zojirushi rice maker is like one of the greatest things in my life. And anyone that gets one that I know swears by it. I'm going to have testimonials next week.
How much are these rice makers worth?
A couple $100.
$300?
A couple of, I don't have the exact.
$250?
Dude,
give me a number.
I don't have.
Just for argument's sake.
They have a bunch of different models.
Okay, so let's say these are worth $250.
A couple of $100.
Let's make it interesting. Rice maker or cash?
Who's going to pony up the cash? This place is broke.
Maybe the cake girl. Because I don't know, make him a cake cash
anyway,
or something.
I'm giving away
sponsored by
the rice cookers next week on the MJ Morning Show.
Rice cooker or cash? What do you really want?
No, listen,
or a cake in the shape of a rice maker.
Yes.
And have Christina do it like a rice maker.
Yes.
All right, listen, this is degrading. Rice cookers next week, and then the week after. Listen, and we got the Cash Kitty going on still as well. I got the Cash Kitty coming up at 8 o'clock and your chance to win $1,000. And then 10 a.m., then 12 noon, then 3 p.m., then 5 p.m. Cash Kitty, that's going to go for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I got the rice cookers next week on top of that. The week after, I've got a $1,000 garage door, state-of-the-art garage door opener from Banco. Yes. Man, I'm cranking out the useful stuff here on the MJ Morning Show. But right now...
Spending most their lives living in a moron's paradise. Been spending most their lives living in a moron's paradise.
Oh, let's say good morning to 28-year-old Rashay Tashel Walker of Lakeland.
What was it, Rashay? Hi, Rashay.
Rashay, Rashay.
That's Rashay, yeah.
Is it Rashay or is it Ray Shay? I don't know.
It depends how well you know her.
Rashay.
All right.
Anyway, from the Lakeland area from the Polk County Sheriff's Office. They're, I guess, looking for they're looking for I guess this shoplifter. Yep. So this is from Fox 13. The Polk County Sheriff's Office says it wants help or wants to help a spirited shoplifting suspect celebrate her birthday with some nice silver bracelets and a nice prison jumper and a nice portrait, which would be a mugshot, as they're claiming that she talked three of her friends into a liquor heist to celebrate her big birthday. According to investigators, 28-year-old Rashay Tishelle Walker of Lakeland and three of her pals walked into a Winter Haven liquor store, stole $100 worth of alcohol. Before being busted by deputies, surveillance video captured one suspect busting through the liquor aisles and also even, making faces for the camera and sticking out her tongue?
And dance.
Here's the footage. It's on X. They posted it on the Polk County Sheriff's Office page. She's dancing and kind of hooting it up in the aisle, sticking her tongue out.
Exactly. And mugging for the camera, apparently. Detectives got their hands on the surveillance video from the liquor store and identified the suspects. Three of the four confessed to the liquor heist, confessed to ripping off the liquor. One of the suspects was a 16-year-old already on probation for theft. You're really off to a good start in life there, 16-year-old. On probation for theft, resisting arrest, according to Pasco County Sheriff's or Polk County Sheriff's Office. The other two females identified as 18-year-old A.K. Zanate Fearington. What? A-I-K-E-I. Zanate or Zanate, Z-O-N-A-T-E, Fearington of Lakeland.
Okay.
And then 22-year-old Destiny Lewis of Winter Haven, apparently. But deputies said they're searching for Walker, so they're still looking for Rashay. They're still looking for Rashay.
Yeah, well, it won't be long.
Rashay Tishelle Walker. She's still apparently on the loose, so they're looking for her. Anyone knows where Rashay is? Call the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Better watch out, man.
And let them know.
Keep giving all this information on Rashay. You may get stabbed.
Oh, Rashay. Oh, man, this is not funny, but it is funny. Funny, not funny. You know those Spectrum cable repair trucks with the arm and the bucket on it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spectrum employees up in the bucket and somebody steals the truck.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Morons of the news, baby. This was Caldwell County, North Carolina. I have no idea where the hell Caldwell County is. Apparently, a worker was in the bucket repairing a cable line. This is Spectrum cable, cable and internet.
Yeah, sure.
I've got Spectrum cable.
You need the bucket truck to come to the house and make a little repair?
So a utility worker for Spectrum was up in the bucket repairing a line along Highway 18 south of Lenoir, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's the major city in that county, Caldwell County.
Investigators said the suspect drove along Highway 18 before crashing. When the truck was stolen, the boom was extended. The thief drove more than a half mile down the road, striking utility lines with the utility worker up in the bucket. Can you imagine? You're up in the bucket and someone steals. Hey, take the keys out of the ignition and hook them up to your utility belt. My God, the utility worker for Spectrum is lucky that he wasn't electrocuted.
Yeah, it seems like there's a couple of failures here.
Yeah, hook those keys onto your belt or something. Put them in your pocket. Don't leave the keys in the truck while you're up in the bucket.
Put them underneath the car mat. I mean, you just don't leave it in there.
So is he also going to be charged with kidnapping?
You know what? Hey, that's a very good point.
False imprisonment?
Police said while the Spectrum worker was attached to a safety harness, at some point he did come out of the bucket.
Then he was dangling?
Yeah, was suspended in the air by a safety strap attached to the bucket.
Oh, no.
So the safety strap is attached to this guy's dangling out of the bucket as the guy's ripping off the truck? My God. Holy crap. The worker was able to cut the safety line, fell to the ground, injuring his leg. When police finally arrived at the scene, the suspect was identified as Frank Moody, was taken into custody.
Come on, Frank.
He's been charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon, larceny of a motor vehicle, and felony injuring wires and fixtures of utility companies. That's a charge, at least in North Carolina.
Well, boy, you're going uptown for felony what?
Felony injuring wires and fixtures of utility companies.
I guess that's breaking the wires as he was driving.
Exactly. Like vandalizing or destroying or damaging utility infrastructure like lines. That's a felony charge with a specific, charge and code in the criminal code in North Carolina.
I don't know that I'd call it injuring. That's a weird word.
Listen to this.
Yes.
Channel 9 in North Carolina, WSOC TV, Channel 9, which I believe that's SOC. I think that's Charleston area, if I'm not mistaken. Their reporter learned that the guy that stole the bucket truck, that Frank Moody, had been released from jail just 2 hours before he ripped off the truck.
Oh, my gosh.
What a schmuck. He had been in jail since last week, arrested on a misdemeanor larceny case. Now he's got all kinds of felony charges all stacked up against him, this moron.
Did you see the picture of the truck with the bucket? The bucket's like all bent over askew. I mean,
yeah, it's taking a beating.
Yeah, the guy smashed into utility stuff. Wow. But I don't see a kidnapping charge, though, Fester.
Well, there ought to be.
Yeah, it's coming.
So the worker had, I guess, been in the bucket truck. I was working on...
Yeah, we're working on the lines.
Working on something, yeah. Wow, is that unbelievable?
Don't they control the bucket from the bucket? I mean, he couldn't lower himself?
Yeah, there's...
A little closer?
Yeah, up in the bucket, you've got those little joystick, those little, control levers. Moving that bucket up and down. What if that guy said, F it? You know what rhymes with bucket?
2 tears in a bucket.
Yeah, they
Bleep it.
Oh, my God. Did you see the guy who did it?
Yeah, I saw the mugshot.
Frank Moody.
Oh, gosh. Look at him.
I know, guys.
He's scary looking.
He damn right is. All right, folks. That female voice, that's not Roxanne. She's back Monday.
Yes.
My lovely wife, Michelle, is joining us live in the studio this morning. And that concludes Morons in the News on a Friday. Man, that's scary crap. You're up in a bucket and someone steals the truck. Take the freaking keys out of the ignition. That'll cure that problem. All right, 6:52. We start the 7 o'clock hour next. When we return, have you ever heard of dog walking injuries? I'm like, what? Yeah. How many people listening right now walk their dog every day? Thousands walk their dog. Well, I had no idea that there's been a massive increase in dog walking injuries. What the heck? All right, hang on. I'll get to that in just a minute. Also, you've heard of deep fakes, where people are faked by stuff they see on the internet or social media. There is a big warning concerning some deep fakes, and I got to tell you about that next. Stand by, all in minutes, and Cash Kitty's on the way in about an hour and 7 minutes. Your chance to win $1,000 here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Up on 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show on a Friday. MJ here with Fester and special in-studio guest, my lovely wife, Michelle. And you can see her on MJ TV. Hey, Andrew, grab Michelle's camera.
Yeah, leave it on Michelle's camera.
Yeah, just leave it on Michelle the whole morning.
Nobody wants to see us.
Oh, you know what Michelle doesn't have?
What?
Michelle doesn't have the special Roxanne light ring.
So
Yeah.
if you notice, Michelle, to your left is a window that Roxanne boards up because she believes that the natural light is
It looks
the
like a
best light.
foreclosure over there.
Yeah.
And you know what? That might not be far off. You know, we might have a Beasley foreclosure here at some point soon.
It's like a foreclosure. Anyway, and she brings like a little ring light or something, or key light.
Yeah.
And she brightens up her corner.
Yeah. All right. So Michelle in studio for the first time since 2001. We'll get into that a little later on. And Fester, listen, I heard you're scheming something.
Listen, I'm not scheming anything.
Listen, during the break, I heard you on your phone very quietly.
I have to plan it out. There's no secret.
I heard you say so. Yes, Folks, this is what I heard. During the break, Fester's on his cell phone, and I heard, yeah, I'll try to do it next. I'll talk to MJ about it next.
I'm not talking to you about crap. That's the fact.
I just
Jack.
heard you talking to your wife.
You misheard.
Was that your wife?
It was my old lady, yes.
I would imagine you were speaking to Allison.
So today is a very special day.
Unless you're pulling a Dave Grohl over there.
No Dave Grohl over here. So today's a very special day.
Oh, by the way, I've got a new Dave Ask Grohl story coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, I came up with that name for Dave Grohl.
That's a terrible name.
From the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
An Ask Grohl. What an Ask Grohl. All right, go ahead.
Happy 8th birthday to my kid.
Hudson.
Listen, today is Hudson's birthday.
Oh.
Hudson turns 8 years old today. It's a very special day.
That's fantastic.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So we're wishing him a happy birthday. He's in the car.
He's in the car right now. So that's why, I try to make sure they're in the car. Sometimes she might leave a little later. Today she left a little earlier today. It's because we had a very special birthday breakfast because nutrition is number one in our house. So we went to Hole-in-One Donuts for Hudson's birthday.
Awesome.
So I looked at my little app and I see where they are, and I got it's donut place, and she's yes, we're leaving right now, and I was like, okay, great, I'll say hello to Hudson.
Your
on his
wife does
birthday.
not sound
She
like that.
does not talk like that. You've got to stop it,
She
Fester.
sounds a lot like that.
I do it again?
No.
She's like, oh my God, we just got back from the donut place.
No, she does not.
Hudson has a donut that's as big as his head. And I was
Awesome.
like, good, let him eat it. It's
What
his
is
birthday.
she, one of the actors in White Chicks?
I wish.
Wasn't that a movie with the Wayans brothers or something?
Listen, she could star in a movie called White Chicks, believe me.
Does Hudson get to pick his meals, his whole food scheme for the day?
You know what? Probably. I mean, we have a little family party scheduled for tonight. A couple of fun presents for the young man.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
dear Hudson. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You're only 8 once, kid.
Yeah.
Live it
That's
up.
right.
Look at that.
Don't take any crap from anybody. Have a great day at school.
That's fantastic. Happy birthday, Hudson, Fester's offspring.
Yes, one of my spawns. And then in a couple of weeks,
It's Hadley's.
It's Hadley's birthday.
Oh, Hadley becomes a teenager,
yes.
right?
Yeah, she's 13.
No, she's 12 now.
No, she'll be 13.
She'll be 13.
She'll
She'll
be
be
13.
13.
All right.
She'll be 13. So,
You know what I got to do now? I've got to go to the phones.
ooh.
I have to go to the phones, and I must find people that have been injured walking their dog.
Like a sprained ankle off a curb or.
This is ridiculous. And is there a reason why?
Dude, my neighbor got injured walking the dog.
Well, this is
and
why.
there's a very specific reason why.
You know what? I want to see if this comports. All right, hold on a second. This is insane. Since 2001, data compiled by researchers from Johns Hopkins University, they say over the last 2 decades, dog walking injuries have skyrocketed 342%. What the hell? All right, have you been injured walking your dog? I want to go to the dog walking injury phones right now. Because first of all, the Kemp Law Group, they're going to sue the hell out of your dog.
Do they have a dog division?
They have a dog bite division. All right, no, seriously. Have you been injured walking your dog? Or do you know somebody that's been injured walking a dog? 800-990-1047. I had no idea this was a thing. Would you believe that they have research that dog walking injuries are up 342% since 2001?
Yeah, you put a wild animal at the end of a string, things might happen.
It's a
A
domestic
wild
It's a
animal?
domesticated animal. What are you talking about?
Your dog
It's not a wolf boy or
you walk
something.
your dog and a squirrel goes by. What happens?
Well, I'm glad you brought that
yeah,
up.
There you go.
All right, hang on. That's one of the big causes for the injuries.
Okay.
But hold it, you're telling me there were no squirrels before 2001?
Wait, I have a question. Fester,
Yeah.
do you walk your dog?
I don't walk the dog.
Yeah.
No.
No?
We walk the dog like we yard walk.
Do
the
you
dog.
like your dog?
The dog's all right.
You are such a downer,
The dog's
man.
fine.
You're such a.
He's so cute.
You're such a
It's
sour.
Mabel, right?
You're such a sour puss, big fat lemon head.
It's the trappings of dog ownership that I'm not crazy about.
Look at the
Aw.
phones. Look, all the phones are ringing on dog injuries. All right. Have you been injured walking your dog, or do you know somebody?
Yeah.
What's happened? 800-990-1047. I got to hear from you. 800-990-1047. So here's the deal. From 2001 to 2020, that's the research window here. Emergency room visits went from 7,300 to 32,300. What?
I mean, maybe it's being reported more. I mean,
Right.
before you go home and put ice on it, and now it's like, oh, I should go to the emergency room.
right.
Wait a sec. They're saying that the numbers might be even higher because people maybe go to some of the 24-hour clinics on the corner instead of going to the hospital.
Right.
My God. Here's an example. Oh, and women. Women had the highest amount of visits,
Yeah.
75%. And then you look at demographics. Adults between the ages of 40 and 64 represented 45%. This is nuts. They're saying that people on their cell phones are also adding to the injuries. They're walking the dog. They're on the cell phone. They're not paying attention. They're talking. They're texting. And that's causing some of the injuries.
That makes
But
sense.
Let me tell you about Susanna Johnston, a yoga instructor from Croton on the Hudson, right up on Westchester County, just outside of New York City. A few years ago, her 50-pound lab mix chased a squirrel,
Yeah.
yanked her over, smacked her head. She got a concussion, fractured finger. She was totally screwed up by this dog anyway.
If you're not ready and a big, heavy
Yeah.
dog pulls you, you're
Right.
going down.
But who would have known that dog walking injuries are up 342% since 2001?
It's a dangerous activity.
I've never been. I guess people maybe get tangled up. The dog is running around. Their legs get tangled. They fall over.
Right. That's one of the things about the leash.
They break their face.
You should wear a helmet while you walk the dog.
You know what? Maybe those like retractable extendo leashes. Maybe that's adding to it. All right, let's go to phones here. Trey in Tampa. Hey, Trey, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Trey, have you been injured by a dog walk?
Oh, yes. South Tampa. I live in South Tampa. I live right by the base. So I had a pit bull named Gator. It's a park. If you go all the way down Himes, there's a park.
Right.
So I'm texting on the phone.
Yep.
Gator was a big pit bull. And I keep forgetting that.
And those pit bulls, they are bulky. They are dense. They've got a low center of gravity.
And the squirrels, like, run around. Like, the squirrels come up to you, this, that, whatever. When Gator took off on the squirrel, I had the leash kind of wrapped around my wrist.
Oh, my
So I
God.
twisted my ankle. My wrist was, like, kind of bent out of shape a little bit. Plus, he got off the leash. Then there's people that are walking and jogging. So I'm like, oh, let me get Gator. So nobody gets, because people start running.
Yep.
He was that big. Gator was that big. He's a red-nosed pit bull, but he was, like, huge.
Now, Trey, how long ago was this?
This was 17 or 18 because I lived on Trilby Street then.
Okay.
17 or 18.
All right, so is Gator the pit bull still with you?
No, I had to get rid of him because I moved into some apartments by the way. So I couldn't keep. I could have kept him, but I said nah.
All right, so Trey, you were injured because Gator the pit bull was chasing.
That squirrel looks dirty.
Squirrels.
A squirrel.
But it was my fault because I was texting, not paying attention, and when he took off, the leash was wrapped around my wrist. So he took off. And when he took, I'm skinny. I'm only like 130 pounds.
Wow.
So when he took off, I fell. I twisted my ankle, and I had bent my wrist some type of way. And he was just being a dog.
Oh,
Going
man.
after the squirrel.
Well, listen, I'm sorry to hear that, Trey, that you were.
He didn't get no squirrels. He didn't grab no squirrels. He tried, but he wasn't that fast.
That squirrel looks dirty.
Hey, Andrew, where's my Tracy Morgan? A squirrel. Yeah, you can't find it. Trey, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, I listen to y'all every morning. You have the greatest show on air. I love y'all. I listen to y'all every morning for years.
Trey, I really appreciate it. Spread the word. The MJ Morning Show is back on 104.7 FM. You have a great weekend, buddy, and call us again soon, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, look at the dog walking injury phones. Let me grab Dominic in Lakeland. Dominic, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. Good morning. So my story is this happened in New York probably about 40 years ago. So it doesn't involve a cell phone, but I'm walking my dog down the block, and I remember the guy's name. It was Murray. He had a Doberman Pinscher, and he kept it on about a 20-foot chain. He had a pretty big yard.
Right.
And every time I'd walk this dog, my dog, his dog would come running, and then just at the end of that chain.
Oh, get snapped back?
Yep. So one day I'm walking, and here comes that Doberman. He's running towards us, and instead of that chain snapping back, it snapped.
Oh, man.
And this thing just came charging, grabbed my dog. So now I'm trying to pull him apart. The Doberman turns and bites me on my shin. Okay, now this is 40 years
on your did you say your shin?
Yeah.
on my shin.
Oh, it sounded like something else, man. I was very close to pushing that dump button. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I still have the bite marks on my
Holy
shin.
crap.
They're still there.
Hey, this is interesting because growing up, we had Doberman Pinschers. We had Vicky and Tina. We had Sergeant. My parents, after I moved out, had Tino and Rogue. And Michelle, am I missing one?
No, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
You had dogs named Vicky and Tina?
Yeah.
What did your mother name her after people she plays bingo with?
We had Vicky. Let me tell you right now, our Doberman Pinschers were Michelle, you can attest to this.
Rogue was the best.
We had the nicest Doberman Pinschers. Love that breed as well. And, Michelle and I, we settled into Jack Russell Terriers that we've had since the mid-'90s. Dominic, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Debbie in Lakeland. Debbie, have you been injured walking a dog?
Oh my gosh. Well, not only have I been injured walking a dog, but I am currently still going through therapy about my injury from walking a dog that happened at the end of June of this year.
Oh my God. What happened? What caused the injury?
So I was walking my husky and she pulled because she saw something.
Yep.
My foot hit the sidewalk, and there was like a little raised area of the sidewalk. I tripped, literally couldn't catch my balance, face planted onto the sidewalk.
Oh my God.
Broke my pinky because I tried to brace myself with and also hit my chin on the ground. I had a bruise on my stomach.
You're lucky you didn't bite your tongue off. You'd be like,
Very, very lucky.
Yes.
So had to have surgery a few days later
my
to have
God.
pins put into my face.
What was the total cost? Do you even have the medical bills yet? What did this?
I do not have all the medical bills.
Oh my God.
yet.
All right, Debbie, thanks for the call. I'm sorry.
One other thing.
Yeah.
Not only are you guys the best morning show, but I am just stoked to see Michelle there. Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
So happy to see you.
Are you watching her on MJTV?
I am.
Look at that.
Oh,
We're all very stoked.
Yeah, folks, if you want to see Michelle, go to mjmorningshow.com, click on MJTV on the top, and then click on the graphic that says Watch MJTV Live. Debbie, thank you. Appreciate you calling. Hopefully your recovery goes well. Look at the phones on this. I got to take these quickly because I'm running late here. Anya in Tampa. Anya, were you hurt walking a dog?
Yes, I was. About a month ago, I was walking my 10-pound Yorkie Chihuahua, and I passed my neighbor's house, and their fence wasn't secured, and their dog came underneath the fence and grabbed my dog. I tried to break it up, and it bit my right hand. I'm a local mural artist, so this really affected me.
Oh.
And, my dog was degloved on the left side of her body. She lived for about another month with $10,000 of medical bills.
Oh, my
God. For her.
It's terrible.
Oh, Anya, I'm so sorry. This is awful. Now, clearly, you're going to go after this person for your injuries, the dog bills, right?
Right. So I tried, but the animal control told me there's nothing you can do. You can file a dog report. The police told me they wouldn't get involved.
No. This is a lawsuit. You got to file You got to file a case. You need to find. Hey, I'll hook you up with the Kemp Law Group.
Yeah, I heard you guys are working with them, and I have tried to file. I think just how overwhelming it's all been to try to take legal action in the midst of what, that's my love of my life. So it's been quite an incident.
Oh, my God. Anya, I'm so sorry for you. Try to have a good weekend, okay?
Thank you guys for bringing attention to these matters, and just wanted to share because it is happening to a lot of people, and I think it's important that you guys are talking about it and that something could be done about it for people in my situation.
Anya, thank you. Sandy and Lutz. Sandy, quickly, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Folks, if you're just tuning in, I have a story that dog walking injuries are up 342% since 2001. So we're grabbing calls. All right, Sandy, go ahead quickly.
Yes, I'm a mail carrier in Lutz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had anything happen to me personally, but I was doing my route, and there was a customer, after I dropped the mail off, she was out on her driveway with her dog. I'm not sure what kind it was, but big black fluffy dog, not a chow, but anyway, I said hi to her, and then I looked down and I saw that her kneecap was just covered in blood, and I was like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, what happened? And she said, oh, he just pulled a lot, and he just yanked me, and I fell. But she was also on her cell phone.
All right, do you have, like, the mace? Do you carry that as a letter carrier?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, stay safe out there. Thank you, Sandy.
Wow.
One more quickly. Mary in Odessa. You're on the MJ Morning Show, Mary. Go ahead.
Hi, I have huskies. I have 3 of them.
Do you have any huskies that have the 2 different eye colors?
At the time, yes. I had a bi-eye and I had a snow nose.
A bi-eye?
I've never heard that before.
It's a bi-eye.
Wow. That's a
That's
new term.
that's what they're called, bi-eye.
Oh, wow.
'cause
Yeah, with
one's blue and
one
one's
brown eye, one blue eye. Yeah.
A bi-eye. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And if they have a pink nose, if they have pink on their nose, it's called snow nose from digging in the snow, even though they're mine is digging snow
Oh,
in
wow.
Florida.
All right, so, Mary, I'm up against the clock. Tell me the story quickly.
I stopped at a rest stop. I had the 3 dogs in the back of the car. I wasn't paying attention, and I pulled them out to get out. They saw one of those god-awful squirrels.
Yep.
Took off, and I kid you not, pulled me from
squirrel!
my car across the rest area. People were chasing me to help me.
Oh, the dog's dragging you on the ground like...
Yeah. I mean, 3 dogs is they pull a
literally
sled.
Like an out-of-control Iditarod deal.
Yes.
Without a sled.
Oh,
Right.
You were the sled.
Sled.
I would jump on your back. Mush.
People were trying to get me to get the dogs to stop running, and literally I was head to toe road rash.
Oh, my
I jumped
God.
up.
My God.
Yeah, I jumped up and I was like, I'm fine. And people were like, you're so not fine.
Yeah, that's like when you fall down. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, everything's great.
You were not
okay. Oh, my
okay.
God, that's a great story to end this on. I'm sorry
my
for your dog walking.
goodness.
That was a dog dragging injury. All right, thank you.
Yeah, but it was.
Mary, have you healed up okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
All
I'm
right.
fine. I still have 3 huskies, so
All
we're
right.
all good.
Thank you, Mary. You have a great weekend.
You too. Take care.
All right, 7:21 at the MJ Morning Show. My God, we are running very late. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. I've got a couple of complaints I got to deal with. I've got a listener who said that they're done with me. A listener has totally written me off. Done with me. Why? Well, you'll find out coming up. We have so much crap. I can't waste any more time here telling you what's coming up, but we're loaded next. Hour and 20 minutes nonstop. Cash Kitty, your chance at $1,000 happens at 8 o'clock in just over half an hour. Back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show. Let me tell you about my friend. At the MJ Morning Show, launching an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ right now. MJ here along with Fester and special guest in studio this morning, the lovely Michelle.
Good morning.
Oh, man.
My lovely wife.
I can't believe you're actually here with us, Michelle. Think of all the time he's going to save this morning by not calling you.
Hey, somebody complained. So last night on my Instagram,
Right.
about 9 o'clock last night, I put up a picture of Michelle and me at our anniversary dinner. You know, back in June, we had an anniversary dinner for our 30th anniversary. And I put up this image up on Instagram of us, and I put a little note, Michelle live in studio tomorrow morning. And somebody responded with, in the comments on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, somebody responded with, ick. She's mean. What?
Not just ick and not just she's mean, but ick, she's mean.
Ick, she's mean. What is mean about the lovely Michelle?
I mean, she's snarky, but
Ick.
she's not mean.
What do you mean mean?
Fester, you've known me for a long time. Can you remember a time when I've been mean?
Yeah, she's not a mean person.
Yeah. I don't
She's not
think
a
so.
liar either.
She's not mean. Give me a break, Michelle. Anyway, it's great to have you in. Roxanne's scheduled to be back on Monday morning.
When does her booze cruise dock? Is
I
it
have
today?
no idea. She's on a Disney cruise. I don't know. You want to?
I don't care that much.
You want to try to call her later on?
Well, if we call her now, if she's docking now,
right?
she would be within cell range because usually you debark. Debark? What is it called?
Disembark. Debark? That's what you do to a tree.
I don't know.
You debark.
You debark the boat.
Or if you like stop a dog from barking, you debark the dog.
So she's disbarking.
All right, hang on a second. Let me
today's the day.
Yeah, let me call Roxanne's cell number.
If she's at sea, she may not have any reception.
Yeah, I have to look up her cell number because I don't know that by heart. I know yours by heart, 813-310-8444. That's your private cell.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. All right, 727. All right, calling Roxanne's cell number at 7:30 here on a Friday morning.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Oh, wow.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
The person you try to reach is on a Disney cruise, all sloshed with a 0.26 blood alcohol level right now. That's what the recording ought to say. Probably lost the kids, don't even know where the kids are right now. What do you mean, no?
She's not doing that.
Oh, she's on the cruise with her sister. They're getting hammered.
Well, maybe they're having a good time.
They're getting dumpster diving
She's allowed.
drunk.
She's allowed.
They're getting ass blast drunk on that cruise.
I hope they're getting drunk and ass blast.
Is what they're doing right now. All right, for all the moms taking your kids to school right now, or maybe for all the moms not taking your kids to school right now, you might want a heads up on this one. Florida mom arrested after her child missed 33 days of school in a 3-month period.
Oh, that's no good.
That is not good. This is Brevard County, Florida mom arrested On Wednesday this week, kid missed over 30 days of school in a 3-month period. According to a court summons, Brittany Messinio failed to have her child attend elementary school in Brevard County earlier this year, the last school year, January 23rd to April 23rd. The kid missed 33 days of school.
That seems excessive without a doctor's note.
Guess what? Mom faces a charge of failure to require school attendance along with a failure to appear in court. So heads up on that. Hey, Michelle got a scam in her email yesterday, and she was so close to falling for this.
Not true.
That's right. Michelle in studio. Take a look. MJTV. Go to MJMorningshow.com. Click on MJTV. See the lovely Michelle. You think Roxanne's going to be jealous that Michelle is sitting in Roxanne's seat right now?
She is not.
No, yeah. I mean, why are you trying to start stuff?
She's probably going to curse you out.
No, she's not.
She's going to get all paranoid thinking that I'm going to replace her with
know what?
you.
Roxanne and I text all the time.
Listen,
Michelle almost fell for the scam.
it wouldn't be a curse for any of us, by the way,
What?
if you replace any of us. I mean, this is literally charity.
Listen.
Listen, the best thing that happened to me or Roxanne is you saying, you know what? I think I'm going to hire another fat guy. Like, great, thank you.
Stop it.
That's really
Listen,
the best thing.
The truth of the matter is that the media business, the radio business, this is such an unsteady business these days that who knows? We could wake up on Tuesday morning and they've locked the doors and we're out.
They showed me my new contract, and Leslie had to run to the bathroom to get toilet paper to print it on.
Say that again? What?
They showed me my new contract.
Yeah.
And Leslie had to run to the bathroom.
Oh, did they show?
No,
they still haven't approached you with a new contract.
They're going to wait till the last day and put a bullet in me.
Hold
like
on,
they did for
your
Augie.
contract is up in like
8 days.
In 9-10 days.
Yeah.
And no one's come to you.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They're going to pull a, hey, listen, today was your last show.
Look, I'll tell you right now that this business is so unsteady. Any one of these shows could be our last show. I'm just telling you the way the radio business is these days.
Hey, Dom, we love you. Remember what happened to Froggy 3 months? Yeah. It's happening to you today.
Oh, great. All right, listen. Roxanne's on the phone.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Good.
Roxanne
Good.
just phoned in.
Hey, Rox.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you guys?
We're fine. Where are you?
We are in Port Canaveral. So I literally just woke up. It is, let me see what it looks like outside.
It's daylight. Yeah. We know what it looks like outside.
Roxanne, you sound drunk right now. How much did you drink last night?
None.
You sound all liquored up. Are you falling over?
When I come to work in the morning, believe it or not, I do like some vocal exercises in the car on the way there, get my voice going. Now I felt husky.
Hey, so how was your cruise?
It was awesome. The girls had such a good time. I ate like an absolute animal. There's something that happens to your brain when you're on these cruises.
Oh yeah, it's called the buffet with all that crap in front of you, and you it's like the FOMO deal. It's like, man, I paid for all you can eat buffet. I'm just going to shove my face. So, are you going to listen? Are you going to emerge from this cruise? Are we going to see you Monday morning all bloated up like my 1,000-pound life or something?
Yeah, I think so. I am not going to eat today. I'm just not eating. I'm done. I'm taking a day off. It's like you turn into an animal because we're all sitting there at dinner, and I'm here on the ship with four little kids and 4 family members.
Did the ship doctor threaten to tranquilize your kids for running all around the place?
No, they were really good. It's really, if you ever want to take a Disney cruise, if anyone wants to take a Disney cruise with kids, it's super safe. Like, it is safety first.
Do they have the characters on a Disney cruise? They have Mickey running around?
Yeah, they do. They have Mickey. And let me just tell you, okay, first of all, let me finish the thought. Picking off other people's plates. That's what it was like last night. Like, I'm stabbing my fork.
Hold on, you're eating off of other people's plates?
Yes, and you turn into a savage because you're just like, I have to try everything. I have to try everything. And everything starts to revolve around.
Why don't you go get your own? Why do you have to eat off other people's plates?
So you don't want a whole serving.
You can't, exactly, Buster. And you just feel like you're FOMO, like you said, MJ. You want to try everything. So you're like stabbing people's plates.
Have you gained weight on this cruise?
I would imagine so. I mean, you do walk up and down a lot of stairs.
Does your bra feel tighter? Do your pants feel tighter?
Yeah, everything feels a little snugger. It does. So you judge when I get back. I mean, I feel bloated. Yeah, for sure. But then what did you say? Oh, the safety. Okay, so I got to have a conversation with you about this, MJ, and your store.
Well, hold on. You have to have a conversation about what?
Okay, it made me think of safety for the kids. The kids are really safe. We went to this place to snorkel, but it's like Disney's private island.
Yeah.
And it is so, like, you would not approve of it as a true scuba diver because there are statues of Mickey underwater.
Oh, my
they
God.
have, like, nets, right? They have nets, so nothing, it's a cove, nothing can get in. Like...
Yeah, that would be bad if like a lemon shark or a tiger shark got in and ate some kids that were snorkeling on the Disney Cruise Island stop.
Yeah, nothing bigger than a football can make it through the net. That's a pretty safe feature.
Exactly.
All right, so you're on track to be back with us on Monday morning, right?
Yeah, I'll be back on Monday. Yep, just going to make our way back to... Oh, but I go to the Bahamas tomorrow, believe it or not. How weird is that?
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a sec. You just came back from the Bahamas on the boat. You're at Port Canaveral. You're going to drive from Port Canaveral back over to Tampa Bay, and then you're getting on a plane and flying to the Bahamas tomorrow?
Yes.
That sounds really efficient.
You do you, kid. Have fun.
We'll see you Monday morning.
I'll see you Monday, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day, Rox.
Oh, Roxanne.
What? She's gone.
Does she even know that Michelle's sitting in her seat?
Probably not.
You know what? Let me tell you, she doesn't care. She doesn't care.
She sounds very relaxed and like she had a good time.
She's going to wake up and try to get the rest of her free drink package value before she gets off this boat, and she doesn't care that Michelle's here.
Yeah,
she doesn't care that we're here.
She told me that she and her sister bought the slosher.
Good.
That's the drink package. They have different names for the drink packages.
You're making that up.
They got the slosher.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's one below ass blast drunk. All right. So Michelle, my lovely wife in studio, did you almost fall for this $428 racket?
No.
Yeah, I know. Michelle doesn't fall for this stuff. Michelle sends me a copy of this. She emails me this. Hey, should I call this number and pay this bill? And it's such a racket. So this came in your email, right?
To my email, yeah.
And it wasn't a PDF. You didn't have to download a file. It was just in your...
No, that was a PDF that was in the email.
You opened it?
Yeah.
You don't open that. If you don't know where it came from, why'd you open it?
Because it's just a PDF. You've safeguarded my computer.
All right. Hopefully,
nothing's
you're
gonna
not...
happen with that.
Hopefully you're not infiltrated. So Michelle gets this scam invoice. Renewal date of September 19th, which was yesterday. Invoice number 670, transaction ID, GRDD5, total amount, $428.76. The product named 360 LifeLock 1. Dear customer, your subscription renewal services are much appreciated. Security incurred a $428.76 Visa card payment to renew its Security 360 subscription for another year. The charge will be reflected on your bank statement after one full day. If you did not approve this transaction, contact our customer care to cancel your annual subscription and receive a swift refund. First of all, LifeLock doesn't cost $428 a year.
It doesn't?
No. All right. And what they're banking on here is that then you're going to, oh, my God, what do you mean I've been charged for? I better call this customer service number right now. And then you call up, and then they probably ask you for your Social Security. It's just a big phishing racket.
Is it?
So I have a number. What do you say we try to call the number?
Find out who's fishing?
Yeah. 1-855. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's see where this thing rings. Let's see where
We
this...
couldn't complete the call. Please check the number and try again.
Well, that's interesting. So that goes nowhere. Let me try one more time. 1-855-806-9824. Yeah, this thing goes nowhere. Yeah.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. If you feel that you have reached this recording...
Hey, maybe... Are they hoping that you email them back?
Is there a link that you could have clicked to pay?
Yeah.
And, thinking call us, and who wants to call? Just do it online.
Yeah, but, Michelle, I would not have, downloaded anything, though.
Yeah,
I just clicked on it and looked at the invoice. Because you know what? Sometimes when you have a fraudulent situation with your credit card, then they automatically offer you like for free the 1 year.
Yeah.
And that's why part I knew it was a scam, but the other part of me was like, maybe you did sign us up for something. I don't know. Like when one of our credit cards was, compromised or whatever. So I just forwarded it to you so you can handle it.
Yeah, I did not. Well, first of all, I have LifeLock.
Exactly.
Well, I do have LifeLock, but
exactly.
But you know that it was complimentary because
Right.
I did commercials for LifeLock for a number of years.
Right.
And they still give it to you complimentary?
Yeah.
Just to-
I think I'm a lifer.
LifeLock lifer?
That's what I think is what's going on
We
here.
can't pay you actual cash for the commercials.
Hey.
We can give you a lifetime of LifeLock.
I am ready to play a brand new game here on the MJ Morning Show.
Name the list game? Is that what it's called?
So I teased this earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Name That List. I'm going to give you some items here. I want you to name the list. All right, feel free to phone in. This is a listener participation game show, ladies and gentlemen. Name that list. I'm going to list off a bunch of items, and I want you to tell me, what is this a list of? It's very, very specific. 800-990-1047. Our number does work. You're not going to get the doo-doo-doo. We're sorry. The number is... All right, 800-990-1047. So let me start with the list. I'm going to start reading things off the list. And if you guys know, if you think you know, just, just jot it down. Don't blurt it out because I want our listeners to play along here. Let me share with you the items on the list, and I want you to tell me what this list is. It's Name That List. And call in 800-990-1047 if you can figure out exactly what this is a list of. Here we go. Macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
Chocolate-covered pretzels.
Okay.
Granola bars. Mixed nuts. Instant grits. Spam. Oriental-style chicken soup. Tuna. Crackers. Chips Ahoy cookies. Chocolate cream stuffed cookies. Mini peanut butter cups. Hershey's candy bars.
All right, hold on.
Snickers.
Is this a list of all of my favorite things? Because I love everything on this list so far.
Stuffed chicken with rice, pre-cooked. Eggplant parmesan, pre-cooked. Rib steak and bone-in chicken, pre-cooked. But wait, there's more. Toothpaste. Mouthwash.
Any particular kind of toothpaste?
Shower soap. Deodorant. Cocoa butter. Toenail clippers. A wave cap. A 3-pack of Gillette razors.
All right, now you're going on a list of things I don't ever buy?
Shower clogs. That might be the best clue of all. What is that a list of? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Andrew just said, can you go over that list again?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to name that list. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Michelle, you're straining your brain over there. You are trying hard to figure this out.
Well, some of the items at the top of the list seem like things like, I was like, oh, I'd buy those. Those would be in our shopping cart. But then you got to like those prepared things, and I was like, that's something you would never put in our shopping cart. So
Every single line is ringing. All right, Andrew, let me go to phones here. All right, time to name that list. Let me grab Emery in Tampa. Emery, name that list.
It's the grocery list.
No. I mean, it sounds like it, but
it's very cookie heavy.
I need something very specific here. Thank you, Emery.
Yeah, there was a shower cap on it, Emery. Come on.
Opens up a line, 800-990-1047. Josephine in Newport Richie. Hello, Josephine.
Things you can find in a farm, what do you call it, like CVS or drugstore?
It does sound like we're in the final round of the $25,000 pyramid, doesn't it? things that you'll find at a CVS. That is no. I'm sorry. That is incorrect. Thank you, Josephine. Thanks for trying. Man, I wonder if I'm going to get the answer here. Missy and Spring Hill. Missy, name that list.
I already said, I think it's already wrong because I said a bachelor's or a single man shopping list.
You know, it sounds like it. Listen, you're I think that's a good guess, but it is not a bachelor shopping list. But Missy, you too. I highly appreciate you calling in. Tamika, Wesley Chapel, name that list.
I think it's the list for prison, something that P. Diddy can get when he's locked up.
Yes!
Holy cow!
Yes! That is yes! That is 100% right. It's the commissary list of what P. Diddy can buy with his commissary money while he's locked up at the Federal Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. Tamika, that is fantastic. Tamika, how did you know that?
I mean, I did, and it was the first thing that popped in my mind. As soon as the macaroni and cheese was off, but when you started naming stuff like the noodles, the toothpaste, the shower cap, none of that crap goes together, and it was the first thing that popped in my head.
Oh, 100% right. That's the list of the commissary items that that Sean Diddy Combs has available to him at the lockup in Brooklyn where he's being held right now. Tamika, that is fantastic. Only the third, I didn't think we were going to get it. I thought that I was going to go through 20 phone calls, all wrong guesses, and that I would have to make the revelation. But Tamika, you nailed it. We've got some smart-ass listeners, I'm telling you right now. All right, Tamika, what do you do for a living?
I'm a homemaker. I'm toting my son right now to an appointment.
Awesome. Tamika, thanks for listening to the MJ Morning Show on Q105.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Look at that. It was like the $20,000 pyramid.
So is that everything that he can buy? That's a list of everything?
Yeah, that's the list that apparently is available,
if
yes.
You're P. Diddy.
Yes.
All right, not just some regular guy pinched for larceny or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're P. Diddy,
yep.
Do you have like $1 million in your commissary account?
Now, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
He has a $160 spending limit. According to the list, seriously, the New York Post, this is some serious journalism right here.
Yeah.
The New York Post got a hold of the federal commissary list for the MDC, the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, and these are all the things that he can purchase while in lockup, and then it goes over the dollar amount. That there's a $160 spending limit according to the list. You know, it doesn't say exactly, you know, what the time frame is, whether it's like
once a week, once a month,
yeah, or whether
how does it roll over
in one transaction. I don't know what the time period is, but he has a limit of $160. And oh man, I saw a headline. Where's my headline? I saw a headline. CNN. Listen to this. CNN last night had a story on Diddy, the latest, you know, from them. The headline was "Mansion to Misery."
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you what though, if I can live off of $160 of Chips Ahoy cookies every day, give me life. I'll be fine.
Yeah, sure. Right.
Seriously,
Yeah.
you know, well, the good news is you have as many macaroni and cheese bowls as you want. Okay.
Sean Diddy Combs, according to Forbes magazine, as of June, had a net worth of $400 million. And listen, that's probably part of, and listen, there are plenty of people that are loaded with money coming out their wazzes who are still grounded. They're not involved in criminal enterprises. They're not having freak offs. You know, with
some people
with 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil.
Most very wealthy people are having freak offs.
Oh man, I love that soundbite. Andrew, is my soundbite still up with the? Yeah, hey, listen to this.
Cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
You know, I don't see baby oil and lube on the prison commissary list.
That's going to be a problem for him.
Yeah, I don't think his friends are gonna try to sneak it into the facility for a little federal correction center freak off. Andrew just asked me a question in my ear. Is he in solitary? No, he's in the special housing unit though.
Which might as well be solitary.
Well, they have him in the shoe for protection because a former warden at the MDC Brooklyn, where Diddy is, says that his life is in danger
No
in there.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm some street-level gangbanger serving time in the federal prison in Brooklyn. I'm looking to kill P. Diddy.
And you think that maybe P. Diddy was involved in Tupac's murder, right?
I don't care about any of that. I just want to kill him for my own cred.
Fester Street cred.
Listen, if I'm the one that offs Diddy in federal prison, next place I go, I'm king. Right?
By the
You
way,
get a little teardrop tattoo.
Oh yeah, Fester's gonna have all kinds of teardrop tattoos down the side of his eyeball.
I have a business question for you, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
P. Diddy.
Yes.
How does all of this affect Sting? Because he pays Sting $2,000 a day royalty for that song. Do you remember that?
No.
Sting did an interview, or there's a rumor that Diddy pays
yeah.
Sting that every day, I don't even know.
Every breath you take.
When the
Yeah.
Biggie tribute song.
Yeah. Hey Andrew, bring that up. Bring up the Sean Diddy Combs, the Biggie Smalls tribute, because they sample Every Breath You Take.
And Sting,
is that true that Sting gets paid $2,000 a day in royalty
No,
money?
it's $5,000 a day.
Hold on.
Really?
Michelle, what'd you find?
I just typed in, does P. Diddy pay Sting? Yes, P. Diddy pays Sting $5,000 per day in royalties for using a sample of the Police's classic hit, Every Breath You Take, in his 1997 tribute song, I'll Be Missing You.
So 30 grand a week
Yeah.
goes to Sting for nothing.
Well, speaking of money, in case you were wondering, the 3-pack of Gillette razors, that's $9.95.
Is that a good price?
You know what?
It seems high.
No, that seems like a good price. Gillette. Well, it depends. Are they the ones with the 17 blades with the roughneck strip or whatever? I don't know.
Do you want to have that many blades in prison?
How much you think the shower clogs are?
$14.99.
No. You're that dude way over. No. Come on.
How much?
Michelle, let's play the mountain climber game. How
Are
much?
you talking about shoes to wear in the shower?
What?
Yes.
Shower clogs?
Like prison slides. Like those.
Yeah, how much are the shower clogs?
$9.99.
Oh, no, you just went over. $7.15.
All right, so I just found a website.
Fester, please hold on. We'll have more pricing games coming up next. Please get your pets spayed and neutered. All right, I'm sorry, what?
I found a website.
Yes.
And I typed into Google prison shower clogs. And there's a whole site of bulk inmate footwear you can buy.
Oh, wow.
And look at these good-looking clogs for $5.75
Look
each.
at that.
If I buy 10,000 of them.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew, do you have the P. Diddy Sting Police tribute song? Yeah, remember this? Yeah, what's up? Yeah. That's right. Yeah, bullet holes. Sorry. All right, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, this is the Sean Diddy Combs. Was he P. Diddy back then? Or what was his name back when this song was out?
I think he was Puff Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me you just read that Sting gets $5,000 a day in royalty?
It's reported, Rolling Stone reports it.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was $2,000, but
Snopes says $2,000.
All right.
Yeah.
But all the other outlets say $5,000.
Well,
So Billboard.
anyway, so your question is P. Diddy going to have the money to pay while he's locked up? Listen, Forbes says he has a net worth of $400 million. So I'm guessing that that Diddy's music label is forking over the royalty money. That's what I'm guessing. All right, a couple of other, and this is really interesting stuff. Let me just finish up with a couple of Sean Diddy Combs items. I mentioned the CNN headline, which is, mansion to misery, a glimpse inside the prison that Sean Diddy Combs now calls home. It is not a nice place, this Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Then we have the celebrities that have suddenly gone quiet. What are Diddy's famous friends doing? Where are they hiding? Why are they hiding? What are they hiding? After Sean Combs' alleged freak-off depravity was revealed, listen to this. The questions are, what's going on? Why is Jay-Z so quiet? Why are other friends of Sean Diddy Combs so quiet right now?
Well, it's interesting because if you look at, there's a lot of articles that show pictures of various people at these parties. Like I saw one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Ashton Kutcher. Nobody who has been identified as being at any of these parties has said, I didn't know anything was going on. I haven't seen anything. I wasn't there when that was happening. Like silence speaks volumes, right? Sometimes the not denying might mean something.
Here's a list. And in this Daily Mail piece, this is couched as, why are Diddy's famous friends so quiet right now?
I mean, anybody who's been famous in the last 30 years in that social circle has a photo of them and Diddy.
The list includes, no, we're talking about people that are pretty close to him.
All right.
Here's the list. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna.
Does it mention Russell Simmons?
Jennifer Lopez. Let's see here. Post Malone, Cardi B, Kevin Hart, Mary J. Blige, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, Pharrell, Kanye West, Naomi Campbell, Lil Kim, Usher, The Weeknd, Janelle Monáe, Queen Latifah, Snoop Dogg. Just some of the names. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. But they did yank that key away that they gave him just a couple of months ago.
Good job, Mayor.
Well, so there you have it, the list. And then there's one other name I didn't mention. And this kind of interested me when I saw this last night. Fears grow for Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
As he shuts down and struggles to cope with the explosive Diddy revelations. Justin Bieber is said to be so deeply disturbed by the news of Sean Diddy Combs' arrest on sex trafficking charges that he's cut himself off to the world. So you're telling me that Justin Bieber has gone like underground now? He's burying his head?
He just wants nothing to do with any of it. He's avoiding everybody.
Well, remember that there were concerns. Was Justin Bieber groomed at all? There were concerns about Bieber with Sean Diddy Combs when Bieber was like, what 12, 13 years old?
He was just getting started when he was first discovered. He was a preteen, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he was 12 or 13 years old.
He was 15.
15?
15 years old? Are you sure? I thought he was a little younger than that.
I think he lived with him for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Stayed with him.
So Justin Bieber apparently is rocked. Yes, Andrew. Oh, you want me to take phones?
Okay.
All right, hang on. Let me go to line 6. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
This is Joel.
Yeah, I see Joel in Fort Wayne. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, real quick, you guys were talking about the shower shoes on the commissary list.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, hey, I used to work for our state commissary facility here in Indiana.
Yep.
And you guys started playing the mountain climber game, and I kind of started chuckling because that reminds me there is an actual company named Bob Barker Products that supplies indigent supplies to prisons across the country.
And it's called Bob Barker Prison Supplies?
Bob Barker Company Industry. Look it up on the internet. Check it out.
Bob Barker Industry.
Hold on, it's
Bob Barker Company. The first thing that comes up.
BobBarker.com. Oh, what? Dude, that is hysterical. Thank you.
Look at this.
Hey, no problem. I love the show, man.
All right, you listen to us, I guess, on one of the apps in Fort Wayne every morning, right?
I actually listen on the Q105 app.
There you go. Thank you very much.
And
I
look at
appreciate
this.
it. Thanks for listening, buddy.
The Bob Barker
no problem.
Company has been making correction centers and detention centers safer through
Wow.
their products, their innovative products.
For over 50 years.
Look, you can buy the entire wardrobe from Orange is the New Black. You can buy at this Bob Barker site.
Hold on to that thought. Let me do the cash kitty here
How
quickly.
does Bob Barker not own BobBarker.com?
Dude, hold on a minute. Let me do well, Bob Barker's dead now.
Well, now.
All right, hold on. Let's do the cash kitty. It is 8:01 at the MJ Morning Show. Let's go. Cash kitty, your chance to win $1,000 right now. This hour's word is all right. This hour's word is all right. You know, kind of like Matthew McConaughey.
All right, all right, all right.
All right, all right, all right. All right. Text the word. Just do one all right. Don't do three all right.
Just one.
So text the word all right. ALRIGHT. Text the word all right to 45911 right now before quarter after for a shot at $1,000 cash. Or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myQ105.com. This hour's cash kitty word for $1,000 is Matthew.
All right, all right, all right.
All right. Text all right to 45911. Good luck from the MJ Morning Show. I hope you grab the latest grand. It'll happen again at 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. The Cash Kitty here on Q105. All right, Fester is like you're scrolling on every freaking page on the Bob Barker Prison Supply website.
This is really amazing.
Who the hell? I mean, the stuff I learn on a daily basis. I got to have some dude from Fort Wayne call in and fill me in. There's a Bob Barker website selling prison gear.
I mean, they have health and beauty products. They have mattresses and linens.
Pillows.
Clothes. Yeah. Footwear, officer products, facility maintenance
Let me see
products.
the officer products.
Okay.
Can I buy a taser off of the Bob Barker? Look at that. Restraints. Oh, can I buy the spit mask?
Protective gear?
I want the chair where they strap you down to the chair.
Have you ever seen these prison shows where the officers are dressed in like what looks like really tactical gear?
Dude, I saw a couple episodes of Oz on HBO back in the day.
All that stuff you can buy at BobBarker.com.
Everything.
Oh, my God.
You buy riot gear, gas masks.
Look at the shield. We can buy a shield.
Oh, riot shields. Oh, look, I can buy a riot shield for $174.78.
Sounds like a really good price.
An acrylic riot shield. Oh, my, look at this. Oh, drug tests. They have everything on BobBarker.com.
Hey, can you call Sheriff Chronister and just see?
Come on down.
All right. I want to buy a pair of the sandals that they have in the jail. They have them in my size.
Yeah, look at this.
Who's coming down now?
I had no idea. BobBarker.com? You would have thought that Bob Barker, you know, that when the internet was invented, that he would have secured his own namesake, his own domain, BobBarker.com. Who the hell knew there was a Bob Barker selling prison supplies? Wow.
The actual Bob Barker, who's now passed, was certified Bob Barker.
Oh, he was?
No, I'm just mocking you.
I'm certified MJ. Yeah, I'm certified MJ Radio on Instagram, baby. Hey, speaking of my Instagram, I got a listener that says that never listening to me again. Hey, bring up my Instagram so I can play the problem video. One other thing on Sean Diddy Combs, placed on suicide watch. There's a report. I don't know if this is true. There's a report from the New York Post this morning that Sean Diddy Combs has been placed on suicide watch inside the Brooklyn jail, where he's going to be locked up potentially until trial, which he has the right to a speedy trial.
Yes.
Which, Michelle, that could be a speedy trial could be as quick as what? Like
I thought it was 70 days.
Like 70 days.
Yeah.
But there's no way that his defense can mount the defense in 70 days.
Although the attorney did say yesterday they are looking to very quickly move through this and try to get him out of there as quickly as possible.
Oof. Facing a minimum of 15 years in prison, and he could face life in prison. All right, moving along to a problem.
The complaint?
Yeah. So I've got a listener that says that they are never going to listen, that they're done with me. Let me share this with you. So, and this is all because of my chicken video where I mention a particular star's name. I mean, do people just have no sense of humor these days? You never know what's going to offend somebody. So let me bring up the comments. Folks, the video, the nasty chicken video is on my Instagram. It's the second item, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Michelle, you weren't there. You were up north with Chloe because you guys were visiting a campus, one of the law schools that Chloe is considering, and you flew out like 6 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I picked you up at the airport at like 10 o'clock on Wednesday night. You guys did a quick sprint, a big turnaround. She saw this law school campus. Well, after Wednesday's show, just after 10 a.m., I stopped at the Winn-Dixie up on 4th Street, and unbeknownst to me, I bought a 10-pack of thighs, Purdue chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. That's the way I like them. And I was going to, bake them up nicely in the oven at home. And I get home, 10:30, 10:45. I open up the package, and I was hit with this blast wave of just foul, rank, like a rotten smell. The chicken was freaking bad with a sell-by date of the 21st. And I bought this stuff on the 18th. So I shoot this video. Fester, go ahead and bring up the video.
All right.
And play the audio.
Ready?
And apparently this is what
Good
did.
evening, friends. MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105. This is gross. So this morning, after the show, driving home to Tampa, I stopped at Winn-Dixie on 4th Street in St. Petersburg to pick up some chicken thighs. Love chicken thighs. Do them once a week. Oven at 400, salt, pepper, paprika, olive oil. Cook them to an internal temp at 200 degrees. You can do that because of the higher fat content of a thigh. Love them. I open up the package, and my God, the odor. These things were like rotted, an awful smell. They smelled like they were shoved up Rosie O'Donnell's ass for the past week and then extracted with pliers and then packaged. These are Purdue.
All right, so I guess I have a listener that got offended that I used Rosie O'Donnell as the joke. All right, the chicken thighs were not actually shoved up Rosie O'Donnell's butt.
All right.
All right, but listen to this. I've got a listener. Let me find the comment here. And then I responded. I'll read you my response. I mean, the stuff that offends people, it's unfreaking believable. All right, here we go. KMTW wrote, "You just lost a longtime fan with this comment. Sorry." So I wrote back, "You're writing me off for a chicken up Rosie O'Donnell's butt joke?" I mean, what? Really?
All right.
Some people don't like booty jokes. I don't know.
Also,
maybe they're a Rosie O'Donnell cutie patootie super fan or something.
Maybe.
First of all,
wasn't that Rosie O'Donnell's cutie patootie?
Tom Cruise was the cutie patootie. She had the biggest crush on.
Cutie patootie. Yeah, I'm sure she did.
So listen.
Yeah, big crush.
Couple things.
Yeah,
One,
she was just dreaming of bedding him all day long.
Rosie O'Donnell.
That would have been a very interesting. Tom Cruise and Rosie O'Donnell.
She's going to jump to the other side of the fence again.
Got a lot going on there. All right, go ahead.
So listen.
Yes.
Rosie has her fans, which I think KMTW is one of.
Apparently so.
Also.
Well, you know what? She kind of looks like Rosie a little bit.
Oh, right. Also.
All right. Yes, I'm sorry.
Could you come up with any other name in the last 20 years that is more relevant than Rosie O'Donnell?
Give me other celebrities for the nasty. Maybe we should go to phones on this. Maybe we should go to the chicken up the butt phones and have listeners suggest what other celebrity could I have named that the rancid chicken smelled like it was shoved up their butts.
I mean, one comes to the top of mind right away.
Let's go to the shove up the chicken butt line. Let's go.
Name a name.
Jelly roll. Much funnier. Much timelier.
You know what?
Timelier. Just today's news.
Yeah, I don't
know.
You know what? If you have a better suggestion.
How could this joke have been funnier?
Well, make me laugh. Give me a better celebrity. I've got this nasty, rotten, spoiled, awful chicken. The horrific smell was totally contained. You know what the meat packaging, like the chicken, they use a very, very heavy gauge plastic.
Yeah.
You can't poke your finger through it. You got to use a knife to cut that stuff. So the packaging contained the horrific, odoriferous, nasty smell of the rotted chicken. All right, so I'll tell you what, phone in. Let's go. 800-990-1047. What would have been a funnier, better name? Give me another celebrity name whose butt my chicken thighs could have been shoved up. All right? 800-990-1047. Give me better than that. So I've got KMTW is done with me because I mentioned Rosie O'Donnell.
Maybe if you would have mentioned another name, she would have been like,
yeah.
Oh, that MJ.
I would love to hear from Kim. I would love to hear from Kim.
She's not listening anymore.
Yeah, who's written me off. She's done with me. I've lost a listener because my chicken thighs were shoved up Rosie O'Donnell's butt. Every line is jammed with the chicken up the butt guesses or suggestions. All right, let's go. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Let me start in Tarpon Springs and talk to Rolf. Rolf, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ, good morning. Love you guys, man. You guys are back on. It's awesome.
Hey, when did you discover we were back on?
Since I've been driving for this new company since like 2-3 years ago.
All right, good. At least you're saying 2-3 years and not 2 or 3 days. But listen, there are a lot of people that don't know we're back. I'm telling you. All right. So, Rolf, give me a name of a celebrity that would have been funnier than Rosie O'Donnell, where my chicken thighs were shoved up their butt.
Come on, you got to say Joy Behar from The View.
I mean, at least she's at least still on the show.
I mean, come on, that thing would be rotten.
Joy Behar from The View. Thank you.
Pretty funny.
Thank you. That
was funny.
Hey, that made me laugh. All right, thank you, Rolf. Margie in Winter Haven. Margie, what celebrity butt could these chicken thighs have been shoved up funnier than Rosie O'Donnell?
Ellen DeGeneres' chicken leg, chicken thigh app.
Ellen DeGeneres. Thank you,
right.
Margie. Angela is in Weeki Watchie. What celebrity butt?
I got two. Biden or Camilla.
Okay, listen.
Thank you. We try to avoid the politics on this show.
Easy now. Don't insult the president like that.
Tracy in Brandon. Tracy, what do you have?
Hi. I have to say the first person that came to mind was Richard Gere.
Oh, no.
Still from 30 years ago, but funny.
Still the damn gerbil thing, man.
But at least there's a reference there.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's like It's like
You
with
too.
Rosie, you're just being mean to be for the sake of being mean.
You know what? This audio segment, this needs to be digitized and sent off to the Museum of Radio and Television, because I don't think there has ever been a discussion on radio in the United States of America of celebrity butts where chicken thighs should be shoved up. This is a first.
Do we still have that friend at NASA? And we could maybe put this on a recording for space aliens to hear about our planet?
Jay in Winter Haven. Hi, Jay.
I was going to suggest Fester.
What?
Oh, up Fester's butt?
Jay, he's not trying to make it delicious.
Thank you, Jay. Michelle in Lithia. Michelle, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Chicken Butt Hotlines. Hello.
Hi. So two came to mind. Immediately it was P. Diddy with his freak off.
Right.
And then,
Hey, he's got enough lube. You shove that whole 10-pack up there.
Like P. Diddy after a freak off.
And what's the other one?
So it's just old, but I was thinking Seal.
Oh, Seal.
Seal?
No, I like I don't. P. Diddy, I can see, very relevant from a news standpoint, but
very obscure, Michelle.
Yeah, Kiss from a Rose. Thank you, Michelle. All right, I'm only going to take a few more here.
This is going downhill.
The Joy Behar was the funniest one. The first, I should have stopped with the first caller. Yeah, this is degrading fast. This is degrading like my rotten chicken. All right, Suzanne in Tampa. Look at this, mostly women calling in so far. Suzanne, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, I said that monster they call Sean Diddy. I said it too because you can only imagine what's been inside.
That's a joke.
Okay.
There we go. There we
Ding,
go.
dang, right there. Good for you.
All right.
Thank you, Suzanne.
His eyes are just the skim of it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne. All right. Two more calls. Andrew, that's it. Every line is ringing still, but I can only take the chicken butt thing too far. All right. Tommy in Tampa. Hello, Tommy. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello, Tommy.
Tommy.
What, Tommy? Turn your radio down, Tommy. Oh, jeez.
Okay, I turned it down.
Oh, there, okay. All right, there you go. All right, Tommy. What's your name?
Hey, my name's Tommy from.
No. What's the name of the celebrity where the chicken thigh should be shoved up?
I was going to say Larry King.
All right.
Who?
Larry King.
Okay.
Oh, Larry King is dead.
Tommy, first of all, if you're going to do a character, you can't listen to us on delay.
Yeah.
And second of all, Larry King's dead. It's not a funny joke. Sorry, pal.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but Tommy, what you're saying is
Tommy's fake. So the whole thing was a ruse.
I know it's
Don't
fake.
entertain him.
Dude, I think he's playing off the fact that Larry King allegedly had a very bad gas problem.
Listen, it would have
that he used to. Seriously, there was, and this was confirmed. A producer that used to work on the Larry King show confirmed that Larry King had fart fans underneath the table on Larry King Live to blow his emissions away from the guests. Seriously.
Dude, if you ever want to see something hysterical, and not to be political,
right?
But look up the old Trump
that
Larry
is-
King.
oh,
night.
yeah.
It was
Hey.
like in 1996,
Yeah. Hey,
long before politics ever came around.
Hey, Andrew, bring this up. Quickly do a YouTube. Trump on Larry King Live.
With the breath.
Oh, yeah. So Trump on Larry King Live, this is like 1996 or something.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, that's
and Trump was like, hey, Larry, I got to lean back a little bit. Your breath is killing me.
Larry, you got to back up a little bit.
All right, let me know when you have the audio. Let me grab the last call on this. Dave in Largo. Hi, Dave. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Yes, Dave. Go ahead.
Mine is right there in the studio with you, Louis Anderson.
You know damn well that Froggy's not in here. Yeah, you know what?
Oh, well.
You got to rip open a wound that's slowly healing, didn't you, Dave?
Son of a bitch, Dave.
Yeah, you son of a. All right, have a nice day. Have a miserable day. Have an awful weekend.
We're all sad.
All right. Hey, hi, it's me, Louis Anderson.
It's not the
it's
same.
me, it's Louis.
Just not the same.
Yeah. All right, 8:18 at the MJ Morning Show. Andrew, do you have the audio bite? All right, this is Trump on with Larry King Live before all the politics. All right, roll the audio. Go.
Do you mind if I sit back a little bit? Because
No.
your breath is very bad. It really is. Has this ever been told to you before?
No.
Huh? Okay, then I won't bother.
Oh, man. Uncomfortable moments in television. Wow.
You mind if I sit back a little bit? Your breath is killing me, Larry.
All right, we have a lot to do here. 8:18 MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. I love this story. Well, listen, I don't love that this actually happened. I love what the father did. You know, if you could reverse the story so it never even happened, that'd be great. But this is, of course, a Florida story. This is over on the other side of the state, Palm Coast. A father went after a peeping Tom outside of his 14-year-old daughter's window. This guy came back apparently 2 days in a row. I wonder if he did this even more times before he was even recognized or noticed. But listen to this. A father and his wife, they were on their back porch here in Florida, Palm Coast, and they saw this dude that was just walking through the tree line near their home. This is according to the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, and the couple yelled, "Hey, hey!" The guy then runs away. The next night, they're on the porch again. They notice the same guy lurking and walking toward their 14-year-old daughter's bedroom. And then they see the guy doing the little, binocular hands around the eyes, looking through the window. Look at Michelle. It's getting all creeped out. You're thinking about Chloe getting creeped on.
Yeah. Does that really work?
I mean,
what?
The blocking of the eyes?
No, it's just to block out outside light or whatever.
Against the window. His face is pressed against the window. And
Exactly.
He's covering his eyes.
He's trying to get just block out any peripheral issues. So the father grabs a bat and starts whacking the guy over the head with a bat. Here, listen to the mother. The mother, the wife of this guy, she did an interview with one of the TV stations on the other side of the state. I think it was Channel 2 in Orlando.
My cat started to get a little squirrely, so I peeked out and I saw a huge silhouette with bright white shoes. So my husband got up and chased him, but by the time he, got all together, he was way down the road.
All right, then here's Batter Up. You ready for Batter Up? Steve Rank.
Who comes back 2 nights in a row after being busted, But he did. He came straight up. He came sneaking around the house, came right up to my daughter's window. So he came up and he cupped his hands around his eyes and was looking in. And so my husband came up and was like, surprise, expletive, and then whacked him with the bat.
All right.
And then he ran.
All right. Anyway, cops got him. Yeah, Batter Up. So he was identified, this cretin trying to creep on and lurk and look at a 14-year-old girl in her bedroom through her window, identified as 29-year-old Damon Smith of Palm Coast. And he's been arrested for loitering or prowling, aggravated stalking of a person under 16, and voyeurism. And he's being detained right now on an $86,000 bond. What a POS.
This guy's lucky that the dad only brought out a bat.
Yeah, I want you to listen to something and identify this audio bite. Michelle, Fester, identify this audio. Here we go. All right, so you guys, all right, Fester just brought up the video on YouTube. Michelle's over here laughing.
I know what that's from.
All right, guys, what's it from?
An episode of The Office.
Yep, that's where the GPS had Michael Scott, Steve Carell, drive down the boat ramp into the lake.
Yeah.
Right?
It's hysterical.
The computer knows where it's going.
Yeah, I'm watching it on mute, and it's just hysterical.
Why do you think I'm playing that audio bite?
Somebody drove into a lake?
You betcha. You betcha. This happened up in South Carolina. A couple following GPS directions accidentally drove into a marina in South Carolina and had to be pulled from the sinking vehicle by a bartender at a local drinking hole right next to the marina. Oh, my God. At what point do you not recognize that you are driving down a boat ramp into the water?
Wow. I mean, listen, you're not paying great attention.
Come on. This is unfreaking believable. The SUV was removed with flotation bags by a local dive team for the sheriff's office. The man and woman, both in their 60s. All right, when I'm in my 60s, if I'm driving down, I mean, first of all, you would think that it would be a man and woman in their 90s, not in their 60s. Michelle, if I am ever in that condition in my 60s, when I'm driving down boat ramps.
You're in that condition now.
No, stop it. My lovely wife, Michelle, in the studio, which we'll recognize again in just a moment.
We'll recognize again.
Yeah. The man and woman, both in their 60s, were leaving 71 Seafood Restaurant in the beachside town of Isle of Palm, South Carolina on Saturday night.
Sounds lovely.
When they steered their SUV into a boat ramp and went right into the water. Yeah, Johnny Himmelsbach, a bartender at the eatery and a former lifeguard, heard the car hit the water and dove in. He's on duty as a bartender at this restaurant bar, 71 Seafood, jumps into the water to rescue them, according to the Post and Courier out of Charleston. It could have gone a different way. Everything aligned for a perfect rescue, according to the restaurant manager. The unidentified couple who were visiting the town on vacation. I wonder if it was their own car or I wonder if it was a rental car.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Himmelsbach pulled the pair from the SUV. Another employee, Cash Luther. That's a great name, Cash Luther.
I don't think I want to mess with that guy.
Jumped in to help, and fellow bartender Shannon Standhart called 911. Yeah, according to WCIV TV. Yeah, the couple was in shock after the near-death experience. They told the local TV station that the rescuer was truly an angel. His heroic actions helped save us. Yeah, the city shut down the boat ramp for a day as the dive team had to remove the car from the water. Yeah, they have. Wait a sec. What? Andrew, turn your mic on. Tell me what you just said in my ear. Go ahead.
Turn the microphone on.
Turn your microphone on and talk.
Yes, I know how to turn my mic on.
Go ahead.
Well, sometimes.
Speak. What did you just tell me?
I told you that I have a relative of the bartender who dove in on hold.
Okay.
A relative of the bartender, the Himmelsbach. Hang on, was it?
He's the bartender, former lifeguard.
This is line 1, 2, 4. Which one? Line 1. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Hey, Eric Thomason. How you doing this morning?
Eric, we're fine. You're telling me that you're related to the bartender in South Carolina that jumped into the water to rescue the people that drove down the boat ramp?
Yeah, my sister is married to Jason Himmelsbach. They sent us the text message at night. We were flipping through the pictures, and the last picture that popped up was a picture of my brother-in-law's brother. He's a former lifeguard, was a bartender, heard the splash, and instantaneously jumped right in and pulled those two people out.
Once a lifeguard, always a lifeguard, I guess. That's incredible.
Yeah. If you pull up the article, local in Isle of Palms, you'll see the article and you'll see the picture of the young man with blonde hair pulled back in front of him.
Listen, I've got it right here. I'm holding it up to MJTV.
Yeah, we're looking at the picture.
Yeah, so if you're watching MJTV right now, I'm holding up the picture of Johnny Himmelsbach, the bartender lifeguard that saved the couple. This is unbelievable. And your name is Eric?
Yeah, Eric Thomason.
Eric.
Have you ever been to this restaurant, Eric?
I have not. I was born and raised in Myrtle Beach. My mom lives right outside Mount Pleasant. The Himmelsbach's been in Myrtle Beach forever and in Charleston area, so not surprising.
Hey, did any of the Himmelsbach family, did they appear as an extra in Danny McBride's, what was that great baseball show on, remember?
Eastbound and Down. Eastbound and Down when he played for the Mermen.
Because they shot Eastbound and Down in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Pelican Stadium. Not that I'm aware of. I was not told if anybody was extras in that or not.
Man, that show was fantastic. I love Danny McBride. Yeah.
So.
Anyway, hey, Eric, you're just do you listen to the show every day?
Most mornings I travel for a living, so I'm on the road for a couple hours every morning and tune in.
Well, thank you. And then here I'm talking about your relative, and you must have been, oh, my God, MJ's talking about our relative, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, as soon as you played the Office thing and you said an elderly couple, I was like, I know exactly where he's going with it.
There we go.
That's great.
Thank you. I appreciate you listening, Eric. And tell Johnny that he's a hero and tell him we were talking about it here in Tampa Bay, all right?
I'm going to call my sister right now. Appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend.
Well, listen, you can go back and they can listen on one of the podcasts, or they can watch the whole segment on MJTV.
I'll tell him.
All right.
Definitely tell him.
Thanks, man.
All right, so
what are the odds that I got a relative of the guy who we're talking about that phones? Let me tell you, the ratings are so freaking wrong in this market. Anyway, go ahead.
Islander 71 Fish House.
A pile of crap. What? Go ahead.
Islander 71 Fish House.
Yep.
Let's read a couple of reviews.
Oh, no.
From Ron, July 2024.
Hey, faster. Come on.
I mean, maybe they deliberately drove into the water. That's all I'm saying.
Fester brought. I don't want to do reviews for the Fish House or whatever.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because TripAdvisor. It's on TripAdvisor.
All right. I like Google reviews. I don't like TripAdvisor.
I mean, it's pretty scathing stuff.
They have a 4.2 on Google.
Michelle, but you agree that for the best reviews these days, it's really Google reviews are probably the most trustworthy.
Right, because they're just easy to access through your maps.
There you go. Yeah.
If you're an M&M's fan, I've got very, very good news for you.
Hold on, M&M the rapper or M&M's the candy?
If you're an M&M's fan,
I'm one of M&M's fans. Real Slim Shady.
If I'm saying M&M's,
I'm one of M&M's.
I'm not
fans.
talking about the real Slim Shady. I'm talking about the hard shell chocolate treat, because M&M's melt in your mouth, not in your hand. All right, here's the deal. For the first time in years, M&M's is introducing a brand new flavor. Oh, no. Oh, no.
They got a little too cutesy-wootsy there for a while.
Where is that from? You know,
I have
like
no idea.
you know when you scroll through the
Yes.
reels and there's some video pops up.
No.
Yeah. A video
I have
pops
no
up
idea.
and it's like something bad is happening, and you get that audio track in the background, and it's like that squeaky female voice going, "Oh no, oh no, oh no." What is that
Our
from?
kids would know.
Oh, no. TikTok song sound edit. There's a YouTube
Oh,
link
is,
for it.
is that?
This is it.
How many things do you have open?
100. Listen. Here it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we're 0 for 6.
Can you close? You've got 19 things playing at once, Fester.
That might be
no,
true.
No, you do.
That might be
you do.
That might be
You still have the Office running on YouTube.
All right, here.
All right, go ahead and run it. Go ahead. Here we
From
go.
the beginning.
Here's the oh no. But what is this? Who recorded this? Here we go. That's enough of that. Anyway.
That's your favorite.
Yeah. All right, here we go. New M&M's flavor. You ready?
What?
M&M's introduces new peanut butter and jelly M&M's.
All right, I'll tell you right now, peanut butter flavored M&Ms.
The story says this is the first new flavor innovation since 2022. So
a couple years.
What was wait a minute? What was the last flavor they introduced 2 years ago?
They've come out with a couple of specialty bags before.
I don't get into. I just want regular M&Ms.
Yeah.
We just had some. Remember,
Yeah.
we were at the DoubleTree up in Virginia Beach last weekend, and since I'm a Hilton Diamond member.
They gave you a free bag of M&Ms?
No.
Yes, they did.
No, essentially.
Thank you for spending $20,000 here over your lifetime, sir. Here's a free bag of M&Ms.
No, I had a $30 credit to use.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
when we checked out, we just went to the little market next to the front desk.
And rated it.
Michelle took Pop-Tarts and
Sun chips.
Sun chips and
muffins.
Vicky's salt and vinegar chips and Otis Spunkmeyer, whatever the hell
Everything
those.
is $3, so
Yeah.
you can buy 10 things.
We got 10.
We got like a little smorgasbord in our bag to go on the plane.
We're walking through the
Yeah.
Norfolk airport and on the plane with a Hilton bag loaded with junk food, $30 worth. I'm not going to let my credit just sit there. I'm going to utilize my credit.
Yeah.
With my Hilton Diamond status.
I ate the Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. You have any left?
No.
All right. So new M&M's flavor is hitting the streets. Peanut butter and jelly M&M's.
So I'm not mad at that because peanut butter M&Ms are great.
Yeah.
Does that mean there'll be no chocolate? They're just going to put peanut butter and jelly inside of the candy shell?
Hard candy shell, chocolate coating, and then it's jammed inside with peanut butter
And
then
jelly.
now some kind of jelly.
Hey, speaking about going to the airport, don't attack the TSA agents.
Why not?
That is... Michelle, really?
It's just a question.
Really?
It's just a question.
You, an attorney and a former prosecutor, really?
Just asking.
Do not attack TSA. You're going to federal prison, all right? Do not attack they are federal officers. They are federal employees. Do not attack TSA. You know, I've also noticed that TSA has gotten much friendlier over the years. Have you noticed that?
No, I think they've always been friendly.
Well, when I leave Tampa, it's like I have a very high percentage of TSA officers at Tampa that recognize me. Hey, MJ, listen all the time. It seems like almost like virtually every trip, one of the TSA agents says hi to me. But I'm like, come on, can I not put my bag on the belt then? I mean, what are the odds of me like having a knife and like hijacking the airplane? So they say hi to MJ. What do you think? You think I'm going to have something dangerous in my bag?
No
Yes.
obsession.
Do I really have to move? You know who I am. Do I really have to go through the metal detector?
You are the perfect mule.
I'm kidding
They
around.
know who I am.
I
They'll
want
never check my rectum.
I want no special treatment at all. But no, I do get recognized by a lot of the TSA, at least at Tampa. All right, listen to this. An Arizona woman has been sentenced to 4 months in prison for attacking a TSA agent who confiscated her apple juice. Don't mess with my apple juice. While she was going through screening. Makaya Sheree Coleman, 20 years old, was convicted earlier this year of assaulting and injuring a federal officer at the Sky Harbor Airport on April 25th of 2023. So over a year ago,
Come on, McKay.
she went to trial. She was convicted. And, well, here's the deal. Glendale, Arizona native, she, snapped and went nutso on the TSA officer when they removed her apple juice at the security checkpoint. She then grabbed the agent's hair, slammed their head down against the baggage screening table.
Oh, wow.
That's like a wrestling move. Grab the TSA officer. Can you imagine this?
No.
I was going to tell you, Michelle, grab Fester's hair and reenact this, but there's nothing there.
I mean, there's hair, but you have to reach lower.
Stop.
There's plenty of hair.
Can you imagine? The woman grabs the TSA agent's hair and starts boom, 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 slamming her head into the screening table.
I don't know why she went to trial.
My God, she then, goes nuts, then punches the victim in the head several times before she was swarmed by other TSA agents that, saw what was going on, and they swarmed on in. 2 agents were taken to the hospital for treatment in the scuffle. Some 450 travelers were inconvenienced as officials had to shut down the checkpoint to deal with the matter. She was sentenced last week by United States District Judge Douglas Reyes to 4 months behind bars plus 36 months of supervised release. I got to be honest. I don't think 4 months is enough.
It seems a little light for abusing an officer.
You grab a TSA agent by the hair and slamming her head into the table and then punching her.
And then injure a second one in the process of
And 2 TSA officers had to be, and she only gets 4 months? That should be 4 years.
Yeah.
And not 4 months. That's light. Yeah, Coleman is also banned from traveling by commercial aircraft during the 3-year term of her court supervision, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Oh, no.
So oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, no, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What is that, Andrew? Turn your mic on.
That song was originally the Shangri-Las from 1964.
Oh. Oh, yeah, it does sound like a 1960s kind of thing, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, yep. And then she snapped, slamming the head into the table. Oh, no. Oh, that's enough of that. I want to blow my brains out.
The good news is, while she's in jail for 4 months, she will have access to apple juice.
Over apple juice. What did she want her? Was it her drink box? What? Apple juice, and she's gonna. But it's not enough time. 4 months for what she did. That is way too light. All right, let me ask you a question here, and Michelle, I think you could be maybe the most qualified to answer this. Prior to our marriage.
Prior to
way back. That's going way back.
Way back.
Well, listen, I might go to phone calls on this. Every single woman wants to date a married man?
No.
According to relationship expert Jana Hocking?
No.
We've mentioned her before.
If the price is right, I want to date a married man. Oh, my God.
I don't know.
What's the benefit? What is the appeal? What's the attraction?
Let me read this little story here. A shameful secret about single woman. Or single women, I should say. It appears that a wedding ring is seen as a challenge by many. It all started during my weekly Instagram Saucy Secrets confessional that I host every Monday night. A guy wrote in and said, I've been married for 2.5 years, and I've never had so many women approach me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was single, I barely got noticed. I don't like this attention. Is this normal? It piqued my interest. I put up a poll. Did you notice more women hit on you post-marriage? And the results were wild. More than 10,000 men answered the poll, with 74% saying yes.
We've heard this before, right? And so people have said, why don't you wear your wedding band, MJ? And I'm like, don't.
Yeah.
You might get hit on.
Yeah.
We had the same disagreement at my place with my old lady.
Do you wear a ring?
I do.
Yeah.
After years of not wearing it. and Allison thought it was important that I wore a wedding ring.
Yeah.
So I said, "Listen, honey, if a person sees," and her thing was like to let everybody know that I'm, in
Taken.
some kind of committed engagement. And I said to her, like,
dude, what?
Married, some kind of
Sounds like
committed
you're-
engagement.
Sounds like you're a little baby stringing together English language words
It's called
over there.
food salad.
All right.
It's called a word salad, by the way.
Okay.
So anyway, word salad. I told her, I was like, I don't wear a wedding ring because I remain hideous to everybody. Nobody's going to hit on me because I'm a disgusting looking person. However, you put a wedding ring on somebody, regardless of how hideous, somebody's thinking, well, somebody took a chance on this guy.
I
Might have something going on.
I have never worn a wedding ring.
Yeah.
Never.
The only time I had my wedding ring on was at our ceremony
Yes.
at the Radisson Hotel in Virginia Beach,
Correct.
which has been bulldozed.
I think we've confirmed
It
that.
was
yes.
imploded.
You
Yeah.
imploded it.
Yeah,
You-
we tried to find the hotel where it's gone.
It's gone.
It's now like an apartment complex. Yeah, the hotel where we, and also I forgot to tell you this, but I did remember my senior prom was at this hotel as well where we got married.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that.
That would have been nice
Yeah.
to know.
And-
I
and
might
that-
not have.
And now it's
chosen
gone.
that.
Well, because they knocked down the old pavilion
Yep.
at Virginia Beach, the old convention center, and they built a new convention center, and the hotel was like on that same property, and they knocked the whole son of a
But
bitch
wait, so
down.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you haven't been wearing the wedding ring for the 30 years that we've been together. Has anybody ever hit on you?
Nobody wants anything to do with me.
I
Nothing. It's like I'm a hideous ogre, like I'm a troll under the bridge and three billy goats gruff.
Stop.
Michelle,
Fester, since you-
I
since
have
you-
seen
Like
MJ,
I'm like that kid actor with Cher in that movie.
What?
The Mask,
Yes.
Rocky Dennis.
Yes.
Michelle, I can tell you firsthand.
Yeah.
I have probably seen MJ around more people than anybody besides you.
Yeah.
And I've seen hundreds of women in his circle.
They're
Yeah.
they're
And
vomiting on me.
With the exception of exchanging pleasantries, like "How are you?" and "Have a nice day," they don't give him the time of day.
Aw. Well, Fester, okay, so since you put the wedding ring on,
Right. No,
any change? You're walking around in the supermarket,
All right,
and girls are like, woo!
let me
Yeah,
go to
couple of
phones.
them.
All right, let me go to phones on this.
Couple of them.
Every single woman wants to date a married man? Come on. Let me go to the phones now. Let me go to the single woman phones, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you're a single woman, and listen, I'll take guys as well. All right. If you're a married guy with a ring, are you getting hit on constantly as well? I'll take both sides of the equation here.
And do you think it's because of the ring?
See, this isn't the way to go. This is ass backwards. This is clickbait. Because if you're a married guy, last thing you want to date is a single woman because she could blow your game up anytime she wants.
All the single woman, right?
The trick is, if you're a married guy, you want to date another married woman. She doesn't want to mess up
Listen
her
to
game.
listen
You don't
to
mess up your
scheming. All right, let's go to phones. Phones are ringing. Andrew's screening. 800-990-1047. Is that sort of like that you don't pay a hooker for what she's doing, you're paying her to actually just go away? Is that sort of the...
Oh, is that what they say, or is that what you say?
No, that's what...
I've never heard that.
That's an old expression. Fester, you've heard that.
Fester, have you heard that?
Very few hookers come back around.
Seriously, what is the old expression?
Yep, I'm paying you to go away.
Exactly.
You have your time and then never have to see you again.
All right, 800-990-1047.
I heard.
800-990-1047. That's the number for the line here. Call in. Fester, I'm trying to open the screener.
I'm trying to, too. We're both trying to do it.
All right, here we go. I got to open up the phone screener so I can see who's on hold. All right, let's go. 800-990-1047. Every single woman wants to marry a dated date a married man. Every single woman wants to date a married. Yes or no? You agree? Yes or no? 800-990-1047. Also, I don't mind hearing from married men with the ring who get hit on by single women, and clearly they see the wedding ring. Is that a challenge? I mean, have you had an increase in the number of women since you've had a wedding ring on? Or single women? I want to hear from you. 800-990-1047. Let's grab Veronica in St. Pete. Hey, Veronica, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey there, this is Veronica.
Hey, Veronica, are you single?
Okay, I'm not, but I do have a really good addition.
Okay, go ahead.
My husband graduated in 1984 from high school.
Yep, same year as me.
Yeah, I know that you guys have so many similarities. It's insane. But anyway, the year after high school, him and his friends would go out to this club picking up girls. Well, they never had much luck until somebody gave them the information about wearing a wedding ring. They all put wedding rings on. Insane. They picked up girls like crazy.
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
yeah. So
Yep, and we've been married 35 years.
Validated.
So the single guy wedding ring trick. Just get a ring, put it on, fake like you're married, and the women will flock to you like a magnet.
Yep, it was crazy.
Wow. Thank you, Veronica. Appreciate it.
Have a great weekend.
She was right. That was a good addition to the conversation. Opens a line, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Single women, are you going after guys with wedding rings on? Guys with wedding rings on, do you notice this? Or anything that I'm not thinking of? Keenal in the Wesley Chapel, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hey, MJ. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Buster.
Hey. Good
morning. So I am married, happily married, but I think it's the fact that, somebody else has claimed him. There must be something good about him.
That's what I tried telling my wife. I was like, honey, listen, you don't want me wearing a ring. I become much less disgusting.
Or does it become a challenge is what I think the real
It could
aspect.
be that as well.
Yeah. Let me see if I can let me see if I can conquer this married guy. He's got a ring on. It's like a game.
Exactly.
I'm sure there are women that play that game.
I'm sure there are, and you know what? My husband, he gets hit on when he's with me. He gets hit on quite a bit.
Right in
And
front
he
of
doesn't
you?
even wear a wedding ring.
Wait, right in front
of me.
Oh my gosh.
Really? When was
you
the
know what?
last time that happened?
So it's been a minute since we've gone out properly, but I think in the past year, it's happened. And it happened in front of me. And you know what? I'm like, you know what, ladies? I'm like, he's coming home with me. So I was like, I'll let him break your heart. I won't get in the way of this.
So what did they do? What was the come on?
Yeah.
What was the pitch? What did they do to show interest?
So usually, I'm usually not there for the beginning part because I'm busy talking to my girls, and then they kind of just sneak up on him from behind, and then I'll notice it afterwards, and they're just chatting him up, talking about drinks and what do you do, and what's good, and this and that.
Oh my!
And then I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, all right, I'll let him break your heart. It's okay. He's coming home with me tonight anyway. So
bold.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for calling. I recognize your name, obviously, a regular contributor to the show. Have a great day.
You too. Have a great weekend, guys.
Yep. Thank you. Benny in St. Pete. Benny, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Benny.
I actually know a girl that used to pick up married men, and similar to the point that was made, it's a challenge. That's exactly what it is. So apparently it's due to, I don't know, making themselves feel good, right? That I can go and pick up a married man. So just adding more validation to the point that it's all about a challenge. It's to make yourself feel good, at least from her point of view.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The married man challenge is what it is.
It seems so selfish though, right? I just can't imagine.
Keep the ring off.
Yeah, MJ, keep that ring
Well,
off.
it has been. The last time my wedding ring was on was at our wedding ceremony on June 26th, 1995, right? 94, rather. I'm sorry. 90
something.
94.
Uh-huh.
Well, we just did 30 years.
Yeah.
June 26, 1994. That's the last time my ring was on. At the actual ceremony when
Right.
you put the ring on my finger?
I think I did.
Yeah, and that's the last time that
Wait.
ring.
Yeah, you put it on.
Well,
him.
because I'm not. I hate rings. It feels like my fingers are in little jewelry jail or something.
Do you know where the ring is?
Yes, I think it's in my
It's in your little jewelry box.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in my little box.
We,
Yeah.
we should just melt it down and do something different with it.
I'm gonna get a gold toothus.
Yeah, something you'd wear.
I'm gonna melt it down and get a big gold. I get a big gold toothus right over here.
That'll just make you all that more attractive, maybe.
That's
I don't know.
great idea.
Hey, Benny, thanks for the call.
I like that.
Have a good one.
Yeah,
See you,
look at
Benny.
that. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the challenge. It's the married guy challenge that women want to see if they can conquer that beast, if they can climb that mountain, if they can, summit that thing. That's what it is. And you've never bothered me, Michelle, about me wearing my wedding ring because I don't like ring. Listen, people love rings. People have rings on every freaking finger.
Yeah.
I'm just not a ring guy. Is what it comes down to. I've just never liked, and you've been very accommodating. You haven't made any demands. You must put your wedding ring on.
Is that what we're calling it? I've been accommodating.
You're very accommodating.
By not demanding you wear a wedding ring?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, 8:52. Look at the time. Holy crap. I didn't realize it was this late. All right. Thanks for all the calls. I'm sorry for the calls I can't get to. All right. Let me take a break here. This brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Again, if you hear the other female voice in the studio, that's not Roxanne. My lovely wife, Michelle, has joined us. This is the first time Michelle has been live in studio since August of 2001.
Mm-hmm.
We should do it more often than once every quarter century.
Michelle's been on the phone many times.
You left off a couple of menus.
Yeah, you think I did?
Just a couple.
All right, hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ coming up. Hey, we have some celebrity stuff. Oh, Shaq is responding to the whole internet little frenzy that Shaq is pictured with an influencer standing behind her with his hands over her breast. So. Yeah. Oh, we've got a recall to tell you about. We have a Julio Foolio Tampa update. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. And what's up with these bagels at Walmart? Got a little bagel issue at Walmart. Also, there's a famous New York bagel name that's coming to Tampa. Get to that. There's an interesting backstory, a little like $5 million in back taxes, but that's a whole different story.
Are they going to bring in the right water?
Don't get ahead.
That question will be answered.
Okay, don't. This isn't secret stuff I'm talking about.
Don't put the cart before the horse, okay?
Don't go opening up a New York bagel shop without bringing the right water.
All right, we got a lot of stuff. We got an hour to go here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Don't move. Hey. 9:02 at the MJ Morning Show here on a Friday morning with special guest, my lovely wife, Michelle, in studio for the first time in over 20 years.
Good morning.
23 years to be exact.
Mhm.
Last time we figured out MJ and my lovely wife, Michelle, were together in studio. August of 2001 was the last time. And it was because you were working at the state attorney's office. Well, those were the Mark Ober days, right?
Mark Ober days.
Of course, the state attorney for the 13th is Susie Lopez now. Back then, when you worked for Mark Ober,
Mm-hmm.
and you were a assistant state attorney. You still have your badge.
I do.
You still have your little. You had to turn your ID card in, though, right?
Right.
But you got to keep your badge.
We had to buy it.
Yeah. You know what? You ought to go back to work. You have the badge. Why don't you
Okay.
go back to work for the state attorney's office?
We'll see how long that lasts for you. I mean, honestly.
What? Because you wouldn't be on demand?
Yeah, exactly.
So
The little known household fact about us, right? What's my nickname for you?
I don't have a nickname for you.
Michelle on Demand.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
MOD, Michelle on
Yep.
Demand.
Listen, if that were the nickname,
the Mod Squad.
Doing a lot of different things.
Michelle on Demand. All right, final hour of the MJ Morning Show here on a Friday. So Michelle is in studio. You hear her on the phone. If you want to see her, she's sitting in Roxanne's seat right now, and you can watch Michelle on MJ TV. Andrew tells me that the numbers are dramatically up on MJ TV this morning for people wanting to see you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I don't blame
Thank you.
them.
Yeah, exactly. Man, there's a little bit of a scandal brewing. Now, folks, this is not political. It involves a political figure, but this is not political.
Okay.
Did you see RFK Jr. is involved allegedly in a sexting scandal with a reporter?
Oh,
And, of
no.
course, RFK Jr. is married to Cheryl Hines, who was Larry David's wife on, hold on, I got to turn off one of these things here. Yeah, Larry David on Curb Your Enthusiasm, the wife was played by Cheryl Hines. Yeah, this is quite the juicy juicy scandal. Yeah, star political reporter Olivia Nuzzi on leave from New York Magazine over alleged sexting relationship with RFK Jr.
Oh, no.
My God, he's married to this, this TV star, Cheryl Hines.
Who's quite cute.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's very cute.
Yeah.
Cute as a button, as a matter of fact. New York Magazine's Washington correspondent, Olivia Nuzzi, was placed on leave after she had an alleged romantic relationship with former independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. while covering his campaign. Nuzzi, without naming the 70-year-old Kennedy, admitted in a Thursday night statement that earlier this year, the nature of some of the communications between myself and a former reporting subject turned personal. The 31-year-old star political reporter insisted the relationship was not physical in nature. What, they were just having like text sex? Is that it?
I think that's called sexting.
Yeah, a little kinky conversation.
Thank you, Michelle.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying over there.
Thank you. It's sexting.
Too many words.
Wow. Sources told the New York Post that Nuzzi and RFK Jr., the son of Robert F. Kennedy, nephew of President John F. Kennedy, was allegedly sexting while she was engaged and he was married. Yeah, he's married to Cheryl Hines from Curb, and she's engaged. She's 31.
How's that engagement going now?
And RFK Jr. is 70? 40-year age difference?
You got RFK texting your 31-year-old fiance, "Hey, baby, what are you wearing right now?"
Hold on, what are you doing?
RFK talks like he has a box of gravel in his throat.
Well, I think he had a vocal paralysis thing going on.
Whatevs.
Yeah, listen,
You look super hot today.
Actually, you sound much clearer than him right now.
You're super hot today.
Well, it's a little closer, but here's the deal. This 31-year-old, very attractive reporter.
Yeah, beautiful young lady.
What, did she just want some Kennedy crotch?
Oh,
sorry.
All right, that's disgusting. Come on.
Sorry, Michelle.
She said it didn't get physical, so.
Got to get me some Kennedy crotch, even if it's just over sexting.
She wanted an old Chappaquiddick quickie.
Chappaquiddick dick.
All right. I'm leaving the studio. Maybe I should just leave right now.
I'll take him home. That's okay. You go. You can go.
No, you stay. We got to run an errand. Got to run an errand after the show. Yeah, we're gonna renew our vows later this morning.
Yeah, we're at the courthouse steps.
Yes, yes. So, oh man, that's quite the revelation, man.
Yeah.
Then speaking of marriages and stuff that's in trouble, Dave Asgrohl, the lead singer of the Foo Fighters, one of the exes is saying he is a serial cheater. So an ex is coming forward, wants to get in on the action. Yeah, one of Dave Grohl's exes. I like Asgrohl. What an Asgrohl. Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters. Sliders actress Carrie Wurr. Am I saying that name? I don't even know who she is. So what is Sliders? Is that a movie about little small hamburgers with onions?
Don't you wish?
It was the White Castle story.
Tell you what,
Then you would know it. Then you would know all about it, right?
Was it a show or a movie?
Because, Michelle, you know me. We cannot drive by a White Castle or a Crystal without me stopping.
Nope.
Where were we driving up in New York? And we're driving through the Bronx, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and we pass a White Castle. I'm like, whoop, we're stopping.
Yep.
Hey, and guess what? You got in on the action as well.
I had to.
You had like 3 sliders from White Castle up in the Bronx. About a year
so
ago.
Tasty. They really are tasty.
They are. I love a White Castle or a Crystal Burger.
So Sliders was a TV series from 95 to 2000.
Oh.
Is it like time travel or something, I think? Like maybe they move.
Slide through dimensions?
Something like that.
I've never seen an episode.
Anyway, so this Carrie Wurr dated Grohl in the late 90s and had some not so nice things to say about him, calling him a scumbag and a serial cheater, and claims there's been rumblings of other alleged infidelities for years. So is the woman that Dave Grohl, lead singer Foo Fighters, impregnated, and it was just revealed that he had a new baby daughter running around out of wedlock? Is that just like the tip of the iceberg?
Probably.
She's claiming that there were more.
Are we surprised? I mean, is it worth calling him a name? A big rock star has a bunch of women around? I mean,
right.
Like tons of rock stars on the road over the years. Clearly, they got it on with groupies.
Clearly.
But listen, I do believe that there's, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I do believe there are some rockers that were famously known for being really, really faithful.
Sure. Okay, great. But we don't have to call Dave Grohl, what'd you call him? Butt Grohl?
No, ass Grohl.
Ass Grohl.
What an ass Grohl.
Okay. We don't have to call him names.
Cheated on his wife, and the mistress squeezed out a little girl recently.
And
What an ass Grohl.
He's taking complete ownership and acknowledgement of it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
Hey,
total
Fester,
jerk.
do me a favor. Google something for
Sure.
me.
What do you got?
Google rock stars who are faithful to their wives.
I'm going to guess that's a pretty short list.
I think there are some well-known names that have a reputation for being faithful. All right.
From sources from across the web, this is the AI response. There are some rock stars who have been married for a very long time, although it doesn't really comment on their faithfulness.
All right, well, here we go.
Ozzy Osbourne's been married forever. I can't imagine them lining up for Ozzy.
Oh, hold on. Take your bra off. All right, so I'm looking at a list, and all right, here we go. From Quora, I see that occasionally. Is there a Reddit thread on this anywhere?
Second one, bands with members in relationship marriages falling apart. Nope, that's not what
rock stars who have remained faithful to their partners.
Okay, I've got a list going here, and let me tell you, there's not a guy on here that I would like even. Ugh. Well, okay, wait a minute. There is one. I'm sorry, David Bowie, but he's dead, right? David Bowie and Amon.
Give me the list. So
David,
rock stars that allegedly have been faithful to their significant others.
Yes.
All right,
David Bowie.
Yep.
And Amon.
Yep.
I mean, she's beautiful.
Yep.
Why would he even step out? Right?
That's not the reason.
Okay.
Well, listen, there are some guys that are married to supermodels that step out.
There's nothing to do with beauty.
Yeah.
All right.
Go
Next
ahead.
on the list, Ted Nugent.
Okay. All right. Next.
Keith Richards.
Okay.
Dee Snider.
We're not gonna take it. No. We're not gonna take it. All right. Next.
Ringo Starr.
Right.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Michael Anthony.
From where? Who?
Of Van Halen and Chickenfoot.
Oh, yeah, Van Halen. All right.
Married his high school sweetheart.
That's right. I knew the name was familiar. Is he the keyboard player or something, or?
It doesn't say.
All right, next.
Angus Young.
Yep.
Don't even know who that is.
Oh, AC/DC? Angus Young.
Oh, AC/DC. Boo.
Yes. What do you mean AC/DC? Boo.
No, I just don't know him. Right?
You like AC/DC?
I do, but you know.
Back in
all right,
Black.
next.
Yes.
Come on.
Yep.
Neil Young.
All right.
Alice Cooper.
Right.
That's it.
That's all we have?
That's
the list of allegedly.
There's no rock star on that list that I think, girls are like, oh.
I'd break it off for Angus Young. I'm just a big AC/DC guy.
We have an update on Shaq. Shaq has a 3-word response to all of the rumblings about the Instagram, TikTok, this dumb I hate the word influencer. Social media influencer. No one is influencing me on social media. I don't want to be an influencer. I mean, although as a radio personality, I mean, a lot of people take my advice or listen, or, I make suggestions, and I know that people, but I don't consider myself an influencer. I consider myself just a guy with a microphone that's just giving my opinion. And people know that I'm kind of I'm kind of anal and kind of a stickler, and people tend to take my advice if I'm doing something, and I'm so deliberate in a lot of what I do. And of course I make mistakes occasionally, but a lot of people know that if I'm doing something, it must be pretty decent. But I don't like being called an influencer, although really, like, radio personalities like us really are the original influencers, but we deliver the goods like every morning for years and years and years. And you get these like young women on Instagram that are taking pictures of themselves with duck lips, and next thing you know, they're an influencer.
I want to give them a follow.
And they've got 7 million more followers than I have, which is ridiculous. Anyway,
you should be posing with more duck lips.
So this influencer, Maria Ozuna Tichi, was pictured with a black man behind her, towering over her, and his gigantic hands kind of flopped over her shoulder and like in front of her breasts. And everyone went nuts online speculating, oh my God, it's Shaq. This guy's not as tall as Shaq. Anyway, Shaq came out with a 3-word response.
Let me guess.
What do you think?
It wasn't me.
Exactly.
I mean, I haven't seen this, but
it's exactly,
any 3-word denial is, it wasn't me.
Or it could have been, get a Shaq-a-roni. Those are 3 words too.
I mean, maybe in some comments or replies, he could have put a link to a coupon.
Shaq-a-roni at Papa John's. There we go.
If you want to save 15% of your car insurance, call the General for a great low rate.
Save on insurance. 3 words. Save on insurance. Call the General.
So if you read the comments, that New York Post story, one of the comments is, those aren't his feet. You can see his feet in the picture.
Oh, that's true.
And they're saying that his feet are all messed up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing from playing and having them stomped on.
Right.
And that those are not his feet.
Yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree that it is not Shaq. Also, isn't there a tattoo issue? Doesn't Shaq have some arm tattoos?
I mean,
that are not pictured in this. Anyway, Shaq said, again, Fester, what'd he say?
It wasn't me.
Can you tell me about the Shaq-a-roni at Papa John's?
Well, I would tell you $1 of every Shaq-a-roni goes to causes people care about. And you will not find a more pepperoni-licious pizza than the Shaq-a-roni.
Shaq, man, you know what? I wrenched my back. Ugh, what should I do?
Oh, come over here. Let me rub some icy hot on you. Oh, yeah, you like that. How does that feel now?
It wasn't me. There is a recall, ladies and gentlemen.
On what?
138,000 beds that could collapse on you.
Holy crap.
Yeah, these were sold at Walmart, on Amazon. I'm guessing it's just like cheap Chinese crap. Yeah, nearly 138,000 platform beds sold at major retailers, including Amazon and Walmart.
It's a decent-looking bed.
Yeah, it's not a bad-looking bed. Are being recalled. Why? This is all across the United States and Canada because they can collapse, posing fall and injury risks. Yeah, Utah-based importer CVB is recalling the Lucid branded platform beds with upholstered square tufted headboards. According to the notice that came out yesterday from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and Health Canada, the beds can sag and snap or collapse during use. Oh my God! Can you imagine you're getting it on this bed and the damn thing just collapses?
That'd be the best time of his life. I tell that story to everybody.
138,000 beds. That's a lot of freaking beds. Yeah, to date, there have been 245 incidents.
All right, now that I look at the bed, it does look like a really thinly made bed.
So there have been 245 incidents and 18 reported injuries, such as contusions, bruises, a concussion,
and 2 broke junks.
And 2 broken penises.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I mean, MJ, look at this bed. It's a good looking bed. It looks like almost like a hotel standard bed with that square tufted top. But
no, please describe it properly. It is an upholstered square tufted headboard.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies to the bedding industry.
Looks like a microfiber of sorts.
That being said, it does look pretty thin in the frame support area.
Mm-hmm.
It does look like the slats are made out of Melba toast.
Yeah. Like I should have a weight limit of like 98 pounds. It's like a toddler bed.
Can you imagine Shaq-a-roni on this thing?
I'd love to eat a Shaq-a-roni on this bed. And I'll rub you down with icy hot.
No, I'm talking about 300 and something pounds, 7'1" Shaq on this bed.
Once I collapse it,
yeah,
I'll rub icy hot.
So if you have, the bed, I'm sorry, you know what? They were made in Malaysia.
Yeah. It says you should stop using the bed.
Yes, sleep on the floor tonight.
Right. What are you supposed to do?
Sleep on the floor. Drag the mattress off the bed because it's one of those platforms where you don't even have a box spring.
Right.
So you just put your mattress right on the platform, and I guess you can take the mattress off, sleep on the floor, And you're supposed to bring this back?
No, you take a picture of it after you write recalled on the slats,
right?
And then you will email it to the company, and you're going to get a free replacement.
A free replacement bed?
It says that. I mean, it says take support rails and take photos of the bed and rails, or a photo of the law.
This bed was made in Malaysia. Mm-hmm. It comes in twin, full, queen, king, and even California king. Man, they have the whole gamut here of sizes.
If you want a size, they make it.
They're all collapsing, apparently. Yeah, so people who have the recall beds are urged to stop using them immediately and contact Lucid for a free replacement frame. Also, this has nothing to do with Lucid, the car manufacturer. Yeah. I haven't heard of any recalls over there.
A bed is one of the biggest pain in the ass things to move out of your house.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, all the hardware and stuff. Yeah. Well, it depends on the bed you buy. I mean, but
this bed, especially a collapsed version, might be a little easier.
All right, 9:20 at the MJ Morning Show. So if you got this bed, stop using it immediately and sleep on the floor and get a new bed from Lucid. 9:20 at the MJ Morning Show. We've got one solid segment to go here on a Friday morning. The weekend is straight ahead, man. You can taste it. The weekend is almost here. MJ Morning Show continues in minutes. My friend, stay. From the top of a crappy 500-foot tower, this is the MJ Morning Show. Get out of the way. All right, here's the deal. Got some Beach Boys. got the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, folks, MJ here with Fester, my lovely wife, Michelle, in studio this morning. And, of course, identify this voice.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
That's the video that came out after the video hit that CNN got their hands on. You know who that is, right?
Never heard it. Have no idea.
Played that like months ago. Yeah. Michelle, you know who that is.
Yeah, I just watched it the other day.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, that's Diddy with that mea culpa video that he shot on like a back lanai at one of his houses. I don't know whether it was the L.A. house or whether that was the Miami house. I don't know.
That's after the Cassie Ventura video of her just being so abusive outside of the elevator.
That's after CNN got their hands on exclusively the video from the beatdown from, what was that, 2016, right? At a hotel where then Diddy tried to bribe the hotel staff with allegedly stacks of cash to try to buy them off. Then he tried to buy, I believe he bought the video. I think he got the video, he got the evidence, but somebody made a copy, and CNN got their hands on it some months ago, and that really got the whole ball rolling here. And I does he have to shoot another mea culpa video from his prison cell in Brooklyn, and maybe apologize for the freak offs now?
You know what? Just play that same video and put clinking jail door sounds in the background.
In the background. Yeah, maybe like prison riots or something in the background. Ooh.
Yo, MJ.
Yeah.
Let's kick it. Rice, baby.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Rice, baby.
Yo.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. MJ got something new for the kitchen. Cook it, either brown or whitely. Flow with the rice, both daily and nightly. Will it ever stop?
Yo.
I don't know. Turn on the switch. Watch it go. If there was a problem with your sushi, kick out the rice with your new Zojirushi. Rice, baby.
It's back.
Rice, baby. Rice, baby.
Monday.
Rice, baby.
More rice cookers.
Yo, man, let's get out of here. Word to the MJ Morning Show.
When we give away a prize, and I do it every day for an entire week, there are some prizes that never get picked up. Last year, when Zojirushi, the Japanese appliance maker, gave me the 5 rice cookers to give away during National Rice Month, which is right now September, because they know what a big fan I am. They contacted me after I posted social media about loving my rice maker. That's how Zojirushi first contacted me. From me making my Japanese sticky rice to perfection in my Zojirushi, and that's how I started the relationship. And they gave me 5 rice cookers to give away last year. Every single one of those rice cookers were picked up. We had folks here at the station, like our program mangler, Rick. He's like, yeah, I'm going to grab one of those Zojirushis if someone doesn't pick it up after 30 days. Every single one was picked up that week.
I got news for you, Rick.
Instantaneously. Michelle, how much do I love this rice cooker?
More than me.
Am I obsessed?
You are obsessed. And you know what? You're like the rice police, because whenever we turn somebody else onto this rice maker, or we get it for them or whatever, you give them the very specific instructions about how to wash the rice. They feel like if they don't do it, you're going to be at their house, calling them off or something.
Yeah. I have given these away as gifts to people, and listen, I'm passionate about it. It's like Oprah's favorite things. It's MJ's favorite things. Zojirushi sent me another 5 rice cookers to give away, and we'll give them away next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Rice, baby. here on the MJ Morning Show.
Swirl it this way, but not too hard. But then swirl it this way, but really vicious. And then, but gently. Only do it this. And it's like, oh my gosh, gentle, not gentle. Swirling around the water.
On the Japanese short-grained Koshi Hikari is one of the varieties, grown in Niigata and other places. There are specific instructions that how. Did someone just toot?
One of us did.
What was that? All right, so
yeah, I mean, let's save this for the rice podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm just saying.
You're like some kind of a chef over there.
Anyway,
chicken, rice.
The phones are going to blow up on these rice cookers that I'm going to give away starting Monday morning here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. I'm very, very excited about this. All right, before we get out of here, I got to lightning around a bunch of things. I hate leaving good stuff on the table all weekend long, so I'm going to try not to do it. Hey, we had a recall notice on that collapsing bed in the last segment.
Right.
Guess which automobile manufacturer is recalling cars because doors might fly open while you're driving?
Man, I don't want to guess. Is it a big brand like we've all heard of?
Yeah, yes, it's a big brand we've all heard of.
Is it a foreign or domestic?
It's a foreign label.
European foreign or Asian foreign?
It is European foreign.
Is it Volkswagen?
It is. Yeah, man, how'd you guess that?
Only because Volkswagen's been in a lot of trouble for the airbags.
No, all the manufacturers have had an airbag.
Volkswagen did something different.
Volkswagen got in trouble. Wasn't it like diesel engines? They had something. There was a big diesel engine.
I remember Volkswagen being in trouble for something.
Yeah. All right, here's the deal. The National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, that's NHTSA, officially has issued a recall notice. Nearly 99,000 Volkswagen ID4 electric crossover SUVs because the door handles may unexpectedly open while you're driving. Sorry.
Doesn't the wind just shut the door?
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
On September 4th, the NHTSA folks posted a recall for the Volkswagen ID4 cars made from 2021 to 2024. NHTSA said that Volkswagen would recall 98,806 Volkswagen ID4 electric SUVs in order to fix their door handles.
Have you ever tried opening your door at speed? You can't do it.
Yes, you can. It's not like you're in an airplane at 37,000 feet trying to be a maniac and open up the door because you want to get out.
30 miles an hour. You can't open
it's not
your
a pressurized. Yes, you can.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You
can't
open a door.
Do it.
Yes, you can.
While you're driving?
Yes, yes.
I dare you.
You want to be the Hulk?
Double dare.
I'll show you on the way home.
Dare. Triple dog dare.
I'll open up the door. I'll fling it open on the Howard Franklin Bridge when we're driving home today.
Yeah, they want you to demonstrate the tuck and roll for her,
and then push me out.
Hey, is anyone listening driving a Volkswagen ID4?
It's a good-looking vehicle.
Uh-huh.
If you're into that.
Yeah, I'm not quite there for electric for maybe the rest of my life. But, you know, what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Well, listen, I'm 58. What do I have? Another maybe 20, 25 years? If, you know, well, I had one grandfather check out at 69, but all my other grandparents went into their mid-80s. My dad's 80. My dad's 82 next month. All right. Is anyone driving, seriously, is anyone driving a Volkswagen ID4 electric crossover right now? I just want to know if you know that your door could fly open at any moment while you're driving. That'd be great if we heard a whoosh while you're calling in with your door flying open and you fell out onto the road.
Well, hopefully you're wearing your seatbelt.
Yeah, that's true. All right, seriously, if you're driving a Volkswagen ID4, if you have one, call us. I'd like to talk to you. I want to know if you know about the recall. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 if you have one of these Volkswagen. It's 99,000 vehicles virtually. 800-990-1047 if you happen to be driving one of these Volkswagen ID.4s. I think is what it's called. ID, and then there's a .4. I've never heard of the model. I got to be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen this on the road, but I guess there are 99,000 of them out there.
There's a lot
99,000 of the door handles ain't one.
No. Not one of them has good door handles.
All right. Oh, guess who's all smiley?
Ricky Smiley?
Well, I
It's pretty funny.
I don't know.
You know what? I heard that morning show on a Saturday. God, that's bad.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
That's some terrible morning radio.
It's either your thing or not.
Oh man, that is just awful. Anyway, so I should have mentioned this right after I played the P. Diddy audio.
Yeah.
That Cassie Ventura has been spotted out and about since the whole Sean Diddy Combs takedown and the arrest, and she's just smiling. Wherever she goes, she's smiling. Cassie smiling at dinner with friends. Cassie smiling here. Cassie smiling there. Cassie smiling everywhere.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, good for her.
She, she knows where he is, first of all.
Right.
And he's not going to get a hold of her.
Well, this did prompt me to look at her Instagram because I was like, well, what is she doing? Like, why is this the first time we've seen her? And if you take her Instagram posts, at face value, she's happily married with two beautiful, beautiful girls. And it looks like she's living a good life now.
Yeah.
So good for her.
Yeah, she's
right?
not getting trampled and kicked in the face on the floor of some hotel in California. Was that California where that happened? Where was the hotel? I don't know if I ever knew where that hotel
I
was.
think it happened in Cincinnati.
Baton Rouge.
There is incredible video, and you just got to search it, or maybe Andrew could stick this thing up. Did you see the video of the female police officer climbing out of the passenger window of a cruiser to get into another vehicle where the driver became incapacitated while driving on the road? Fessa, bring up this video. It's truly tremendous, and this deserves some recognition. This is amazing footage of a Michigan female deputy climbing out of a moving patrol car. You had one officer driving. She was in the passenger seat riding shotgun, and she goes out of the window of the police car as the driver of the cop car, the police officer, is expertly driving right next to the other vehicle, never ramming into it or touching it, keeping the same speed, and the cop goes from one car to the other, climbs through the other driver's window. The elderly driver's all incapacitated. And this is amazing. It's incredible.
Oh, wow. Right out of the passenger window.
Yeah, right out right out of the passenger window of it. Looks like it's a Ford Explorer police version that she's climbing out of. And then there's I guess traffic cameras that caught it, and then there's the body cam. Then her body cam video is rolling, and you see the perspective of her running, going out of one window through the other window of the car. And I've got some audio here. Listen to some of the audio.
Where's your car? You good?
Now she's in the car.
Good? Are you diabetic?
So asking, are you diabetic, is almost like the driver was in diabetic shock or something.
She climbs right over him and stamps on the brakes.
Man, that is fantastic.
Wow.
So absolute kudos to Macomb County Sheriff's Deputy Nicole Miron, who was hanging out of the window of the patrol car and climbed into the incapacitated driver's window.
How is this not Officer of the Year? That's amazing.
She's going to get an award. Yeah, she'll get something. Man, you just can't trust Chinese zoos.
Okay, I don't even know where you're going
Andrew,
with that.
Andrew, do you find that funny? Andrew, our producer. Yeah, you saw this story too.
Yes, I did.
You just can't trust a Chinese zoo.
What, they have like a goat and they tried to paint it orange and black and said it was a tiger?
Dude, you are not far off.
Right. I think you're pretty close.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, they're painting.
Oh, no.
It's horrible.
They were caught painting black chow chows with white paint to make them look like pandas.
Oh, no.
Seriously, all black chow chow dogs with their whole furry Siberian looking, black coat looking thing. And they're painting, they used white paint to try to make it look like a panda. Are you freaking kidding me?
Come on.
I'll hold this picture up to MJTV. I'm holding the image right up. And they try to fool their patrons. Is that good? They're trying to fool their patrons into believing they've got pandas, and they're black chow chow dogs painted white.
You know when they realized
in the right spots. What?
You know when they realized they weren't pandas?
When they wouldn't eat any bamboo?
Bamboo, exactly.
No, when they started barking.
Yeah.
That's literally the caption in the picture.
Oh, really?
MJ, I mean, I've seen pandas before. I think they were at Busch Gardens when I was a kid, and I saw the pandas. They are very slow-moving creatures. They were not in a hurry.
Who is faster, a panda or a sloth?
Oh, man. I think a panda would be.
Andrew says pandas are faster than sloths.
I think if a panda wants to attack you, it can. But I remember seeing a panda as a kid, and it just wasn't moving fast. You put a couple of puppies in a cage, they're running all over the place.
Big local story here, that Julio Foolio takedown. Remember those three felons that came over from Jacksonville, and they hunted down Julio Foolio in a local hotel parking lot, and they took him out?
It was a Holiday Inn.
Well, guess what? Those Julio Foolio murder suspects could be facing the death penalty. I know the judge that's running that case. Yep.
And he has to say Julio Foolio.
I believe that case is before Judge Sisko, I believe. Yeah, but death penalty is on the table potentially for the suspects involved in taking out Julio Foolio. A couple of months ago at a hotel parking lot here in Tampa. Hey, I mentioned the Walmart bagel situation. There is a social media piece that popped up in my Instagram feed where this woman says, what the heck is going on? Her name is Kristen, and she says she bought a 6-pack of Great Value bagels. You know, when I think of authentic New York bagels, I think of Great Value Walmart bagels.
Hey, Ma, how about you slice up some of the Great Value bagels there? Great Value bagels.
Have you tried them? They might be really good.
Hey, Ma, you know, these bagels there, they're really a great value.
Let's pick some up on the way home.
She says that her bagels expired 8 weeks ago, and the bagels are still fine. What does that mean? It means it's loaded with a lot of stuff that's keeping it from, molding up or turning bad. She's like, this isn't normal for my 8-week-old bagels to still be good. Yeah, I would agree with that. You get a great New York bagel, and if you don't have it like in a Ziploc or something,
it's fresh for a day,
2
days,
yeah, it'll get hard. Absolutely, yeah. That would not be normal. Oh, and speaking of bagels, this is good news. I haven't had an H&H bagel since the original H&H. Yeah, news broke earlier this week that H&H Bagels is coming to Tampa.
Really?
Yeah, South Tampa, right? You know the shopping center, you got the Publix on Neptune and Dale Mabry?
Yeah.
The shopping center just to the north, across the way, had Mott and Hester, the deli in there. Dorn May is in there.
Yeah.
That's on the side L. On the front part, I believe that H&H Bagels is going to go right in there on South Dale Mabry.
Yeah, south of Henderson.
Yeah, just south of Henderson, exactly. So H&H, this is not the original iteration. I think that the name was sold. So the last time I had an H&H Bagel was with Michelle at the factory at 46th and 12th, right next to the Intrepid.
When the kids were little.
Yeah, the aircraft carrier Intrepid is right at about 45th, 46th, and 12th Avenue, and you had the H&H Bagels factory right there. It was great. And then I had H&H on the Upper West Side, was I think the original location for the storefront. And then there was an H&H on the Upper East Side in the 80s, like 2nd or 3rd Avenue for years. We're going back to the 80s and 90s. H&H Bagels are fantastic, and hopefully it'll be the same, flavor profile. The claim is, H&H closed. The original owners, they were in all kinds of problems. They had like tax liens against them from the IRS. I think they were like $5 million in debt. So I believe that the current H&H owners purchased the name, and hopefully they got the right recipes. But I guess the claim is that the bagels for Tampa are going to be made up in New York and then shipped down and then finished. So I don't.
That answers Fester's water question.
Yeah, I guess they're going to be par baked. They're going to be baked here.
Well, aren't they boiled?
Well, yeah. So there are places that try to do bagels without like kettle cooking. You gotta boil a bagel.
Once you kettle cook it in New York, how long does it keep before you can bake it here? You probably proof it and bake it.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. but you got to boil. You got to put bagels in hot water. You got to kettle cook them, and then they get baked. So, hey, listen, I'm looking forward to H&H Bagels in South Tampa whenever they open up. I don't see a date for opening, but they are coming. We got to go. Man, look at the time.
Why do we have to go? Let's keep going.
Because I got an errand to run with Michelle. We're gonna renew our vows. I got the Cash Kitty coming up in 9 minutes. Your chance to win $1,000 with the Cash Kitty happens next. Folks, if you need to get a hold of me, I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Send me an email, any hot tip, gossip, anything I need to know. MJ at MJMorningshow.com. My Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. Give that a look-see. Certified MJ Radio. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Roxanne will be back. Michelle, thanks for coming in.
You're very welcome.
It was great having Michelle in studio. You can see her on MJTV if you want to roll that back, and it's on demand after the show anytime you want to watch it.
Do I get some compensation? Something?
I'll get you
get something, all right.
I'll get you a bagel from H&H when they open up. Folks, have a great weekend, and let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app, powered by